are going to go through every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the higher level in which the masses going to be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. This shit is over.
I am inevitable.
All right, yo, we are live. We are live, back in full effect. Come on in, y'all. Come on, we got to talk about the chaos over
Let's
there
talk
at the
about
White House. Over there at the White House dinner correspondent. Yeah, we got to get into it because there's a lot to unpack with this nonsense.
Let's get into this political theater, y'all.
Make sure y'all come in, double tap the screen. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, like this video on your way in. I'm just trying to share this out real quick.
It's like watching Broadway or a stage plays. Let's let's talk about it.
All right, so y'all already know. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it all over. That it was some type of shooting at the Hilton Hotel where they was having the White House dinner correspondent at,
Correspondent dinner.
Yep. So, of course, it was a showdown. At that function. And look, just the way things look, man. Just the way this stuff looks, and the timing of it. It's just, y'all don't find that suspicious. Y'all don't find that suspicious. But we gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into it. Let's start off, because they saying that the guy was a teacher from California, and saying he acted alone. He was a lone actor. Yo, you can't make this stuff up, man. You cannot make this stuff up. Let's get into it, though, man. So this is CNN.
C-list actor.
All right, we're gonna get into it because we gotta dog walk this. So let's just get into this report. This CNN reporting on the update on this situation. Basically giving a back story on who the guy is that supposedly was the lone actor, shooter. I'm surprised they didn't blame it on a Muslim or say it was somebody from Iran. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find a way to tie him into something that has something to do with that. We already know how they like to spin that. Let's get into it.
More on the suspect now. 3 sources tell CNN that authorities have identified this man as Cole Thomas Allen, 31 years old, from California. The D.C. police chief said the suspect appeared to be a lone actor, was believed to be staying at the Washington Hilton where this dinner was happening. CNN's Brian Todd has more on the suspect and what we've learned this morning about the Secret Service agent who was shot during the attack.
We have new information just in from the U.S. Secret Service regarding the Secret Service officer who was shot in the shooting at the White House Correspondents Dinner. Anthony Guglielmi, the chief of communications for the Secret Service, telling CNN that the officer in question has been released from the hospital and, quote, the ballistic vest helped us avoid a potential tragedy. That is according to Anthony Guglielmi, chief of communications for the U.S. Secret Service. That officer released from the hospital. Anthony Guglielmi declining to name the officer or the hospital where he was treated, but the officer has been released, according to the Secret Service. Some other information we're getting, according to sources who spoke to CNN, the suspect is identified as Cole Thomas Allen, 31 years old, from Torrance, California. Now, according to the interim Washington Metropolitan D.C. Police Chief Jeffrey Carroll, he said that the suspect was armed with a shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives in this exchange. Chief Carroll saying that the suspect and law enforcement officers did exchange gunfire, and the chief saying that they believe that the suspect may have been a guest at the Washington Hilton Hotel, the same hotel where this...
Hold on, so they exchanged a gun. exchanging gunfire with this guy, a teacher, a school teacher, running up in the Hilton Hotel with guns at a function where everyone important with with politics and at this function. And you mean to tell me this guy was actually able to get past Secret Service and all this armed security? They shoot at, but hold on though. They shoot at him. He sprints past them. They shoot at him and miss. You mean to tell me these trained shooters allow this guy to sprint past them? They shoot at him and miss, and they allow him to fire back? Bro, this is all a setup, bro.
I hope nobody believed this shit. I really
he
hope
got
nobody believed this.
Sassy got past 8 secret service agents. I mean, sprinted past them. They shooting at him. You mean to tell me nobody hits this guy? And he was able to fire shots back.
He wouldn't even have made it into the building, y'all. He wouldn't have made it into the building. The whole building is being guarded by Secret Service. You got the president in there and the vice president and a lot of other politicians in there. That it was heavily guarded. Obviously, they let him in there. They got the footage that they needed. They got the event that they needed because Trump's approval rating is in the dumps.
Which we gonna get into, right?
Yeah, that's all that is. It's all staged. Ooh. Anybody who believes this is dumb. Nobody believes this. I cannot believe that anybody believe this.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone do. You have to be completely brain dead to believe this.
Let's continue. Let's keep unpacking this, because we gonna unpack it. Y'all know how we is. We gonna unpack it like a goddamn can of sardines and shit. Let's get it.
Incident occurred, that the chief saying that they secured a room there and are trying to determine the contents of that room, so that will provide some critical information. Now, according to the U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C., Janine Pirro, the suspect faces 2 charges at least. One of them is using a firearm during a crime of violence. The other is assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon. And some quick information on this alleged suspect's background. According to public records that CNN was able to sift through, he worked as a teacher and a video game developer. According to a LinkedIn profile matching his name and photograph, it described him as a part-time teacher at C2 Education. That is a test prep and tutoring company. CNN has reached out to C2.
First of all, he's a light-skinned black brother. They would have put him down so goddamn fast. And I ain't saying that just to be making it about color, but let's be for real here.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. It ain't got shit to do with that. This is trained Secret Service. He wouldn't even have made it into the building.
There, bro.
Nobody would be able to go into that building armed.
Unknown at that. And what they gonna say? He was in there hiding out? No, they make sure they comb those places before these events happen. Weeks in advance, they make sure they comb these places.
Oh, I want to see something real quick.
They make sure these places are combed even before they announce that this function is going to take place, just because they don't want nobody setting up in there. They move strategic when it comes to stuff like this, just so they know they don't want nobody setting up some type of explosive or some type of assassination, plot or whatever. That's off script. I'm gonna say off script because we know a lot of these assassinations be scripted as hell. They real events, but they be scripted as hell and strategically done. But this place was combed way before this function was even announced or even took place. So to let somebody just in there that just pass Secret Service, pass all these armed police out there, all these armed services out there, and this guy just sprints past? How?
I need to see something real quick. Is there anyone in the chat that believe this official story? Is there anyone, or if y'all watching this at a later time in the comment section, let us know if y'all think this is real. Do y'all think this is real? Let us know. Do anybody think this is real?
Do y'all think it was Israel?
I just want to know, chat. Do y'all think this is real? Do y'all think that this school teacher just ran up in a correspondent dinner with the president, the VP, all the Secret Service agents, all the surrounding building? They do, like you said, they do sweeps before the event, during the event, and after the event.
All right.
Now, in my life, I've worked security myself, and I know exactly how. And Secret Service, and I was nowhere near level Secret Service. I know how they work. They sweep for blocks and blocks and blocks. There is no way someone would walk into a place with the president armed and be able to just walk straight into the hall with a gun, past all the Secret Service agents, and get a shot off. How was he able to get a shot off? He got a shot off. Do you know how fast those Secret Service agents? Do you know how fast they quick draw and drop somebody when they need to? There is no way in the hell that this unknown nobody, who's a school teacher, not military trained or nothing, even if he was military trained, he wouldn't have made it into that building. Do anyone think it's real? That's what I want to know. Do anyone think it's real?
Nah, it's real.
This is like one of the worst scripted things. This is one of the worst, bro. This is one of the worst. This is actually going to make his approval rating drop even more, yo.
Right.
Because you got to think about it. Everybody knows this is fake. There is no one out there with a half a brain that think that school teacher was able to get into that building armed to the T and get a shot off with all them Secret Service agents around.
Right, let's see, Agent 47, Hitman, come in, Agent 47. Yeah, we got the next mission for you, Agent 47. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's this, Hitman now and shit? Oh, like creeping in there, you know, taking out people and putting on a outfit and shit and creeping through there. What the hell going on here? Let's continue though. Make sure y'all double tap on the screen and like this video. Matter of fact, let me put that up on the screen. While people coming in here. Yep. Please double tap the screen if you're on the vertical to like this video. If you're just tuning in. But let's continue.
For comment, we have not heard back from them. C2, according to its records, did name Allen as the company's, quote, teacher of the month in December of 2024. According to a LinkedIn profile, Allen graduated from the California Institute of Technology in 2017 with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. He received a master's degree in computer science from Cal State University at Dominguez Hills last year in 2025. According to Federal Election Commission records, he donated $25 to Kamala Harris's presidential campaign in 2024. And he described himself in his LinkedIn profile as a video game developer. He appears to have published at least one game, an indie game called Boredom, for sale on the Steam gaming platform. So a little bit more of the background of this alleged suspect, Cole Thomas Allen.
Let's bring in now retired FBI Supervisory Special Agent Jason Pack. Jason, hello to you. We've not heard anything yet about whether Allen is cooperating with investigators, but the FBI has searched a home linked to this suspect. We've got video of it from Torrance, California. Detail for us just the work that's happening to get the answer to the two big questions: why and the target that's happening right now.
Victor, good morning. And those are the two most important questions this morning. There's a lot of work going on in two locations and maybe more that we don't know about. Clearly, the FBI's evidence response team there at the hotel in Washington. And now we see the scene fan out into California there in Torrance, where FBI agents are likely executing a search warrant to get to that why. They're looking for pieces of evidence in there, computers, phones, writings. Was there a manifesto like sometimes that we see? Or importantly, if there's not, that also says something. So there's a lot of work going into that effort to figure out what happened and why it happened. So that why piece we're seeing in Torrance there. And as the agents and the investigators in Washington piece together some of that trajectory, we don't know where all the shots have gone. So the FBI lab and the evidence response team we'll do some trajectory analysis and see where those rounds went and who may have fired them. And we are still unclear about that. But as they piece that together, it's important, Victor.
So you mean to tell me they fired rounds and they didn't kill this guy, bro? I mean, these are trained assassins, basically. Like these Secret Service and all these people are trained.
A lot of killers.
Bro. These guys are trained. I'm talking about to the highest degree. They are trained. They're like sharpshooters. They quick on the draw. They quick on the, you know. So they mean to tell me they let this guy sprint past, they shoot at him. He was able to shoot back. This is like some movie shit, bro. This is like goddamn Passenger 57 or some shit like that. A Hitman movie, goddamn Hitman or some shit. Like, how the hell was this able to pull some shit off like this, where the vice president and the president is in the same location, and some shit like this happened? Man,
I thought libtards didn't believe in guns. This was a liberal school teacher who was a video game developer. So you mean to tell me he went and got a gun just to go after the president? Really? I thought the libtards didn't believe in guns. Isn't it the libtards that want to take away gun rights? The MAGA-tards love guns, right? Isn't that how it goes? MAGA-tards love guns and libtards want to take them away.
Because
isn't that the programming?
Yeah.
A libtard with a gun. This is crazy.
And match that up with some of those charges that the United States Attorney announced last night.
Yeah. You mentioned the potential for a manifesto. And listen, we've covered so many of these that often we find a manifesto online. Now, let's go through what we know about this suspect. This is someone who came to this event, according to law enforcement, was a guest at the hotel, had this long gun, had a pistol, a handgun, several knives, and picked not only an event that the president was at.
First of all, bro, what the fuck do we need guns and knives to go to some shit like this? Who the fuck is this guy? Hitman? Agent 47? Who is this guy? He got knives, guns. Who is this guy? A school teacher got knives and guns to go to an event like this.
Yeah.
To do some shit.
Yeah, he totally disregarded the fact that Secret Service would be all over the place. Trained killers. He totally, like, in his head crossed his mind that he would have to go through Secret Service to get to any politician. That never crossed his mind, huh?
He's
never crossed his mind.
He's bringing knives to a gunfight. You mean to tell me this guy brought a pocket full of knives and a pistol? You can't make this shit up. You really can't make this shit up, bro. You can't. A school teacher with knives and guns on him going to a highly secure area where the vice president and president at. They don't get the hell out of here with this acting ass shit, bro. This is Trump number 2, scene 2, season 1, season 2, episode 2 of the assassination attempt, huh? No, my bad. Episode 3.
No, this season 1. No, this is season 1, episode 3.
No, this is season 2 because he was in the White House. That was season 1. He's in the White House again. This is season 2.
Oh, he didn't have no assassination attempts though in the first time around.
Yeah. So this is episode 3 because the one in Florida that happened, and of course the one in Pennsylvania, and now this one. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Oh no, he had one his first term. I forgot. You remember he had one his first term when he was when he was so-called holding the Bible and walking outside, and they just had apparently shot somebody. You remember when he was at the Capitol?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that was actually season 1, episode 1.
And then,
it's a bunch of stage bullshit.
Bro, just look at the shot that they have of this guy laying on, like they made sure they get the right. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. Wait till we pull this video up of all the camera action that was taking place while this shit was going on. I'm talking about the cameras was perfectly set in the right position. The cameraman was in the right spot. This shit was like a whole theatrical goddamn movie scene. Like, this was filmed, perfectly filmed. Wait until we start showing you this shit. But let's get this guy. First of all, this snapshot here with this
like when he stormed the Capitol.
Yeah. Like, this snapshot here with him laying on the floor is even theatrical. Laying on the floor naked with his hands behind his back, them in the background just standing around in the background while he's laying on the floor. This shit is stage 101, bro.
Attending, but also literally the most well-known names and most influential people in media. Is this the type of suspect who would want the world to know why he's doing this, considering the event he picked?
Come on, lie to us. Come on.
Yeah, I think that's a fair question, and just shows you the level of preparedness and premeditation. You just don't wake up and decide to go to the White House Correspondents Dinner. As you know, you have to plan that a lot. So it required a lot of pre-planning, a lot of thinking, probably a lot.
Yeah, he pre-planned this. Yeah. He really thought it out with a pocket full of knobs and a pistol. Yeah, he really thought this out. Yeah, it's armed Secret Service and police everywhere, and they make sure the place is heavily guarded. Yeah, he thought this out, right? Yeah, but he played a game of agent for these, blood money hitman before he went there. He had to go play a game of that because he's a game developer too, so he knows a lot about games. So he popped in hitman, blood money. He was like, let me get some ideas from this. Maybe I can kill this guy, choke him out, take his clothes, put it on, and then sneak through with a pocket full of knives and some gun and a gun.
Who was he planning on using that knife on? Like,
exactly,
who was he gonna get close enough? Who was he gonna get close enough to use a knife on? Like, who is this guy? Are they sure he's just a teacher? Because why would he be going to an event like this, knowing Secret Service is gonna be there, and he got knives in his pocket and guns? Like, that means you're ready for close range combat. Like, if you got knives, if you're going with a gun and you got knives on you, that means you're prepared for close range combat.
Yeah, so who is this guy?
What was he planning on doing at that correspondent dinner?
All right. As a teacher. As a teacher from Torrance, California. Yeah, let's continue.
And then the thing is, hold on though. And the fact that he's still alive though, because if he got a shot off on Secret Service, they would have dropped him. They would have put him under the ground.
All right.
Think about it. They said that he shot one of the Secret Service agents, and he lived. Bro, those dudes go straight for the headshots. Like, they are told to kill.
Right.
Like, they do not. If you ever see how they move, they are literally like, they're killers. They tell you to put
services, right?
Yeah, especially if they already got a shot off on one of their agents and it hit them. They would have put him down so fast, y'all. That dude would have had like 3 or 4 different headshots, 6, 7 different chest shots, and like 3 different leg shots. They would have took his ass all the way out. That's how you know it's fake.
He caught on purpose. They need this narrative that some guy crept in there, unannounced, got pocket full of knobs, guns, and actually sprinted past Secret Service and was able to get some shots off and hit somebody. Yeah. Let's continue though. There's a lot more to unpack. Let's make sure y'all double tapping the screen, liking this video, because when y'all see this next video of how all the cameras and shit and all the motion going on, y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, this is goddamn Hollywood scripted shit.
Man.
Trust me.
To travel from California, we think, all the way to Washington.
So he traveled from California all the way to. You mean to tell me he traveled all the way from California to this? For this? Ah, man, come on, bro.
The hotels there are not cheap either. So doing the retrace of the financials to how he got there, who he may have spoken with, and all the people he may have interacted with. They're pulling the hotel video to be able to see where he come and gone there while he was at the hotel, and how did he get the weapons in? So a lot of questions to answer there. But as far as the reason, clearly you have some of the most experienced journalists in the world in the same room with the world leaders, and that certainly says something about his motivation, I would think.
Can you explain something? Control room, let's put up the picture of Allen on the floor face down.
Yeah.
Yes, this.
Keep showing us this picture. Yeah, right. Yeah, keep showing it. What you got to say about this picture?
I've covered many of these after which the shooter has been apprehended. And it appears he's obviously shirtless. I don't know what else he has on, but he's covered by a Mylar blanket. Is it protocol to take the suspect's clothes off? I've never seen this. Explain why we're seeing this, him in this condition.
Well,
because it's theater. I mean, when you want to spin a narrative and get the people to believe some shit, yeah, you make it theatrical as possible. Yeah, let's strip him naked. Even though he shot one of our agents and sprint past us with guns and knives, yeah, let's strip him naked, put his hands behind his back, make him face the floor, and cover him with a blanket. Yes, a blankie. They literally took his clothes off, covered him in a blankie.
If this was real, he would be dead. If this was real, this guy would be dead. He was able to shoot a Secret Service agent, and they let him live. Yeah. Listen, they claim he got a shot off on an agent, y'all. That shit don't make no sense.
Right.
They drop you for less. You get dropped for less.
Listen, man. Let's just say they need this event to happen. Midterm elections coming up. This guy approval rate dropped so goddamn low, probably the lowest ever in history. They need these type of events to happen. First of all, come on now. Let's continue because we got a lot more shit to pull up.
You detain a person. You do what's called a high-risk search to make sure there are no weapons in the waistband, those types of things, and then you do a full search on that. So this appears.
Okay, so you need to strip a guy naked to do a full-off search. When the fuck they ever do that? In the history of search, when have they ever stripped somebody naked to search them? Do you really need to strip somebody naked to search them? We all know how law enforcement or anything pats down people to search them for weapons. You mean to tell me you need to strip search a person to search to see if they got weapons on them? Do that make any sense to y'all? Have y'all ever seen that happen in anything besides
the
TV?
Thing is, it's not realistic because this guy would have been dead. They wouldn't have had to. If they was searching for something, it probably would have been like a bomb. See if he was strapped with a bomb or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, to tell you the truth, that's the only thing that would make sense if he went in there strapped with a bomb.
Right,
like he going in there with guns against a bunch of Secret Service agents with guns. And the thing is, they would have seen this dude before he even entered the building because they have them patrolling the perimeter all around. It'd be Secret Service on the roof, on the rooftops. It'd be Secret Service by the door. It'd be Secret Service down the road. There is no freaking way that this man would have entered that building with any type of guns on him or any type of weapon.
Factor this in too. The control room where the cameras control they're in there watching the screens. Don't forget that neither. They make sure Secret Service and whoever is in there watching those cameras as well. They got all angles figured out. When they have these type of events where they got the president and vice president and all these important people in the control rooms where the cameras are at, the screen, they make sure they eyeing that shit too.
Bro.
Like, come on, bro. Ain't no way in the world a person be able to pull some shit off like this.
Used to be some sort of full search. It does look like that blanket on top of him there. So they wanted to make sure there were no other threats. Did he have?
Yeah, he might get cold. So you got to put a blankie over him because, you got to make sure our actor is cool. Cover him up, put a blankie over him and shit. Yeah.
Have any explosives tied to him? Those types of things.
Hold on real quick, bro. There's actually people in the chat that's saying that we retards for believing this. There's actually people who believe that this event was real, bro. We need that. Y'all need to come on after we're done covering everything.
Drop the link.
All of y'all who don't believe, we need to drop the link for these people who think this is real. Because we need to pick their brains. Like, how in the hell could anybody think this is real when this is clearly a PR stunt because his ratings are dropping? His approval rate is dropping.
Coming up. Right.
This is a PR stunt.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to explain to me why they think this shit is real. For real. Don't just say that we retard. Don't just say that we retards. We want to know why do y'all think this is real?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know too.
Yeah. Stop the name calling. Stop the name calling and tell us the facts of why you think this is real. Why? Because it's on television and television is telling you it's real?
Take any chances with that. So you want to make 100% sure that there's no other threats.
Speaking of other threats, this investigation is only a few hours old, and early on, even last night, we heard law enforcement say that they believe that he acted alone. How were they so early in the investigation able?
That's a good question. Actually, that's a good question. Seeing that, how did they find out that he was a person that acted alone that quickly? Yeah, how they know it was a whole operation of people involved with this, right? They just knew off the bat, oh yeah, he was an actor alone. Key word, actor alone.
Able to reach that. I mean, maybe he was there at the Washington Hilton alone, but to say that he acted alone, how'd they get there potentially?
Well, that's a very good point, because we all know in these early stages of these crises, as investigators learn things, the facts kind of change a little bit, right? Because they haven't done their homework and they've interviewed people and they are able to prove what they're saying. So there has to be some sort of at least initial level of optimism that was true. Again, like you said, Victor, there probably wasn't anybody with them. They were making sure of that. And then in their checks in the background initially, nothing probably came up. But I think as we go in the days ahead here, they're going to make sure that is the case, and they're going to talk to all of his associates. We know that he might have been a teacher. They'll go to any of those types of places, interview his coworkers, see who his associates are, and go and build that timeline from the time the shooting happened and worked all the way back several weeks beforehand to see how we got to the point last night.
Joining me now is CNN law enforcement analyst and former Secret Service agent Jonathan Wackrow. Jonathan, thanks for joining.
All right, so we got a former Secret Service. Let's see what this guy says, because we got a former Secret Service here. All right, so let's see if he's going to lie or tell the truth.
Joining me, let's start here. Wolf, in his description of the security posture outside the Washington Hilton, said that he's been to this obviously many times. This was something at a level he'd never seen before. The check 3 or 4 blocks away. Intensified security. What typically informs something like that? Is it simply coincidental that increased security happens the year that there is this shooting, or is it often the environment or a specific threat that would lead to the type of security that has not been seen at this dinner before?
Well, Victor, good morning. And to answer your question, it's the latter. It's the threat environment. So the Secret Service operates off of a threat-based methodology when they're building out any type of security plan for the President of the United States or any of their protectees at any site that they may be going to. So in this case, because the president, this was going to be the first time at this event as the sitting president, there was a lot of publicity, coming about this event, leading up to last night. That really creates a lot of threat vectors that can manifest themselves for this type of event. The Secret Service knows that, so they actually start building out this security plan. And really, what Wolf was saying is concentric rings of protection that radiate out from the center of the stage where the president was sitting. So you have multiple layers of defense at that site that radiate out, not just at the surface level, but it's 360 degrees. There's airspace security that goes on. There are a lot of components of the security program that the public just does not see. Wolf did describe some of those elements that were out the outer perimeter, the inner perimeter, the magnetometers, all the way into the ballroom. So again, what we do know, though, is that security plan did work. It did prevent this threat from manifesting itself inside the ballroom and having tragic consequences.
Yeah, and as we know, having covered these shootings.
So you mean to tell me, like I said, this guy was able to sprint past Secret Service, like to even get in there, like, because they're going to make sure all interest is heavily guarded. I'm talking about all the interest that, like we said, they comb this place. They comb this place from top to bottom. Any ins or outs, they make sure those ins or outs are secure. So you mean to tell me this guy was able to sprint past them and nobody shot him? Like, nobody shot him? He was able to sprint past that at least tackle the motherfucker. Like, they ain't even make no attempt to tackle him, or they said they shot at him and missed, and he was able to shoot back and hit one of their Secret Service men. Like, bro, this shit just do not sound right. It doesn't.
We're gonna end up in court. They said we're gonna end up in court, JR, because we spreading conspiracy theories like Alex Jones did with Sandy Hook.
Man, listen, we allowed to have our opinion. This is America. America. Funny. This is America, Jack. Right? We ain't spreading no goddamn shit. Our government known for our government known for propaganda. What about the media, with mainstream media, with the fake ass propaganda? They spread a lot of goddamn false information, don't they?
This is all cover up the Epstein shit too, right?
This is the cover up.
This is just not about his approval. Yep. Even the whole war was part of us from the Epstein files, because a lot of people are putting pressure on the government because they know Trump is definitely one of Epstein's clients.
Facts.
People know that for sure.
Yeah.
And we wonder why nothing is being done about it. And the thing is, libtards, y'all not safe, because Bill and Hillary should be locked up for messing around with Epstein also.
Especially Bill.
Bill.
Because Bill was going to private islands, and Bill was flying all over the world with him. Private island. Went to his island, had him in the White House.
Yep.
Over 17 times he brought Epstein to the White House. Like, come on now.
Yep. It's all cover-ups.
A known pedophile, murdering pedophile trafficker.
Trust me, there's going to be more staged events. This guy been staging events, ever since he got in office. All the events that Trump is really one of the biggest con men. Like, they all con men in the Oval Office, but Trump is like the biggest. Like, he was always one of the biggest con men.
I mean, listen, all administrations are responsible for Epstein. They all knew what this motherfucker was doing. So we ain't excluding no administration, whether Democrat or Republican. Both of them motherfuckers is involved with covering up this goddamn Epstein shit. So let's get it out the way right now. We ain't for neither side. We don't give a shit about Republican or Democrat. We for neither side.
Yeah, they both wicked as hell.
We for neither side. They both into the fucking organized crime. Both sides. We not excluding nobody. They all part of this criminal organization.
Facts.
They all support Israel. They all support the war. They all support genocide. We ain't for both sides at all. They all for that shit. They all up there.
F the libtards and the MAGA-tards.
They all involved with people like Epstein. They all involved with, Bohemian Grove and Bilderberg Group and Trilateral Commission. They all work for the Rothschilds. They all work for the Rockefellers.
Two middle fingers up to both parties.
We ain't
I got the left middle finger up. I got the left middle finger up for the libtards and the finger up for the MAGA-tards.
They always sold us. Right. They always sold us out. Wilson Woodrow sold us out to the Federal Reserve Act in 1913. They all been selling us out since the beginning of this shit. We ain't for none of this shit, bro. They all been selling us out. Right. Somebody said be on God's side.
On the same page.
Right. Be on God's side. Exactly. Exactly.
All of y'all coming in here loving y'all favorite party, y'all need to get on board on this shit because all y'all parties are wicked. You have to just start admitting that. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican, they both are wicked. That's what we all need to come together with this shit. F that Democrat Republican stuff. All that stuff is BS. It's all political theater for us. We need to come together and overthrow that shit.
Right. They trying to make us believe that they trying to make you forget that Trump was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Directly involved with the man, directly. And they just try to make us forget by doing all these stage events and shit, trying to make us forget. No, he was friends with Epstein. Let's not forget that. Direct friends with Epstein, had direct involvement with Epstein from the very beginning. He was at Mar-a-Lago. The party show you was at Mar-a-Lago in the late 80s, early 90s at the parties. Just inviting them in. Come on, Epstein. Yeah, we know you into sex trafficking and torturing women and messing with kids, but come on to Mar-a-Lago and party with us. Yes. Come on, man. These politicians are not for the people. We just got to get that out the right way right now. These people are part of the same organized crime, whether Democrat or Republican. It's no two parties. It's only two parties when it comes to separating the people. But these people are all part of the same organized crime. They're part of the same organized crime. Let's get that out the way right now. This shit is global. This is a global network that supersedes past Democrat, Republican. We talking about prime ministers, sultans, kings and queens of the monarchs, and they all involved with this shit. Prince Andrews, the King Charles, all these motherfuckers is all wrapped up in this shit. These motherfuckers are criminal, organized crime at its finest, and they make you think, oh, the Italian mafia and all these different all these different the triads and all these different organized crime. No, these motherfucking government is the highest corrupt crime you can ever get involved with. Come on now.
Language.
Like, come on now. But let's continue, bro, because we got a lot more shit to unpack.
At schools and grocery stores and movie theaters, there are degrees of soft targets, hard targets. Any space around the president obviously is hardened. But when you have the Washington Hilton, 1,100 rooms, thousands literally of people in that ballroom, how far can the perimeter be extended? Right. So this checkpoint that he crashed through was a level above the ballroom. Short of checking every person's baggage TSA style coming into the hotel as a guest, how do you keep those weapons out of the building when the president potentially comes in?
Well, again, what we don't know is, some of those pre-attack elements. What was the staging that the attacker went through to prepare for this evening? And I think that's going to be a critical part of this investigation. Is when did he set up?
You ever play Hitman?
The staging.
Remember, you ever play the game Hitman, and then it'd be like all this the Secret Service, and you trying to run past them, like the mission when he got to go to the White House, and you don't even follow the rules. You just run past them and all that, and they start shooting at you. That's what this looks like. It looks like a scene from the game Hitman, when you don't even give a shit about doing the mission. You just want to escape, run through, and shoot at people and do this, and that's what it looks like. Watch how he run past though, and they just start shooting at him. Then they all come together and start, moving towards the target. Like, come on, bro. It's just like,
but you hear what the man said on the news though? You hear how he literally said staging, how he staged this? He literally they're literally like dropping hints. Like the mainstream media is dropping hints and letting us know this shit is fake.
Right.
Calling the dude the actor, he acted alone, he's an actor. They saying how he staged it. Y'all gotta understand. You gotta see. And then they asking the right questions. How do you know he acted alone that fast? They saying how did they come out with the report that this man acted alone so fast? CNN asked that shit themselves.
Yeah.
They using keywords. They using the word acted, actor, aged, and how do they know that he was working alone? Yo, this shit is 100%. It's a skit. It's a skit. Because you gotta think about it. Trump is like adamant on social media now, and he only does the shit that's the trend that social media does, and a lot of shit on social media is scripted, and he's just playing into that. He's literally playing into that because when we showed the camera angles and shit that they catch, how fake everything, like just the energy of it is fake, and the perfect camera angles. Like if it was like really shooters going down, those cameramen would be getting to the ground, but they're shooting professional. These are professional photographers, like in video out, like they're literally like they're shooting a movie film. That's how good the angles that they get, the sound, everything is like, it's too perfect. It's just too perfect.
Like when they stormed the Capitol.
Yup. Or when he got shot at in Butler, PA. The angles that the cameraman was getting on that video, and how Trump still decided to shoot past Secret Service and put his arm up to make it look like he's some warrior or something. After after someone tried to hit him with a headshot. He now, mind you, they don't know if there's more shooters out there, but Trump is still gonna put his hands up and basically become even a bigger target. You think he would have did that shit if he knew that it wasn't fake? Bro.
No.
He would not have done that if it was a real shooter.
Not only that, the people were still standing around like nothing happened. Now listen. When Charlie Kirk got assassinated, right? People running and scattering everywhere, right? Because you don't know you don't know what's going on. All you hear is shots and people scatter, running and screaming. And when Trump got supposedly attempted at the Butler PA, people were still standing around like nothing happened. Nobody ran, nobody scattered. They were still standing there. I could play it back for y'all and show y'all, because we analyzed the shit like throughout and through. Nobody ran, scattered, screamed, or nothing. It's like, all right, he got shot at. They heard the shot. They seen him, duck down. They seen Secret Services grabbing him. Nope, everybody just stood around like nothing was happening. They was actually cheering shit on. I'm like, oh, this is all scripted, bro. A real assassination would never take place like this.
Look at this agent, JR. Look at this agent. Look at this agent in the comments. Look at that.
What they say?
That's definitely an agent right there.
What you think we bothered by that?
Look,
we not bothered by that.
But we know that's an agent though, because you gotta think about it. They love running this type of programming. They know that we two black holes, and we're against all the fake stuff that's going on right now with this MAGA and all that. And they want to use the programming to like, oh yeah, the racist white people versus the black. The Democrats are usually black, and Republicans are usually white. That type of programming right there, we have to kill. That's the programming right there, because this shit is not about it ain't about no race, it ain't about no color, about no political party. It's just wickedness. Plain old good versus evil.
Yeah.
That's what this is. It ain't about no race or anything. Like, I'm not even offended by this, because that I don't even care about that word. Who cares? It's a word.
Right.
I'm offended by the way these corrupt politicians been handling our money and handling our and everything else in this country.
Right.
And I don't give a fuck if Democrat or Republican. They both wicked, y'all. They both don't care about you, black or white, Asian, Jew. They don't care what you are. These people will use any title they need to do to keep control. That's all they about is control. Why people think that these leaders of these political parties care about you and your family? Do you, those of y'all that's so for Trump or for Biden or for whoever, do you honestly think that these people care about you and your family? I need to know that. Do you think that any of these politicians that you vote for really care about you or your family? Do y'all care? Do you believe that? Deep in your heart, do you believe that? Who believes that?
I think it just, you know, they're able to just, basically use psychological, programming to basically like, listen, this is the norm in America. Vote, pay taxes, obey authority and shit like that. It's like it's a certain programming that they have everyone follow. And if you think outside of that programming, then they have key words for that, like conspiracy theorists or anarchists, or they have all these key words for people like that don't want to go along with this shit, that don't want to go along with this fictitious system they got set up. So anything outside of that, you looked at as the outcast of society, the outlaw. But hey, I'd rather be that, because I don't want to go along with it. I don't want to go along with it. No. So
yeah, but majority of the people have that this is a scam by now. Rather Democrat or Republican. When I say this is the scam, I'm talking about the whole government. The world government is a scam. The world government is literally there to basically rob the people. And all these world leaders are in cahoots together. Because you got to think about it. While they doing all these wars and all these disagreements, all the world leaders and politicians, they live luxurious. No matter if it's a war or not going on. It's the people that suffer. Think about it. These politicians, the people who decide to take us to war, they never suffer from the war. In fact, they live better. Like, why can't we see that? Rather Democrat or Republican, when they get up there and they make the decision and say we're going to go to war, it's the people that lose their kids in the war. It's the people that can't afford to live because war basically damaged the economy to where the cost of living is going up, and then that's when a lot of these corporations coming on the scene, price gouging. But the politicians and the world leaders, they live luxurious through all of this. So it's easy for them to say, yeah, let's go to war. Let's do this, because they don't get affected by it. They don't get affected one bit by any of this. In fact, they live even better when there's a war, because a lot of times the companies that supply all the guns and all the ammunition and all the living and all that stuff for the troops and all that, the politicians actually be owning those businesses on the low. Those government contractors literally be from the politician's family or friends or business partners. So they making a good living off of war. So of course they always want us in a war.
The people got to foot the bill.
The people suffer, and we lose our kids. We lose our kids over there, sending our kids, deploying our kids over there. Their lives get lost. But the politicians, they can easily, my kid ain't going. Or if they can't do end up in the military, it's something to where they'd never be in danger. Like they make sure they kids and they progeny be a part of the military, to where they, even if it's an active war going on, they somewhere where they never be in danger. Like that, like you don't realize that? Like none of y'all, I don't give a fuck who y'all support, Democrat or Republican. Y'all don't realize that none of them suffer, only the people suffer. And the same thing with every other country in the world. When whatever your world leader decide to go to war with another country, the world leader don't lose nothing.
Hold on, I'm just thinking about.
They don't have to sacrifice. Think about it. How come that the people that decide for us to go to war, they don't lose nothing? They don't have to sacrifice anything. Why do the people always have to do all the sacrificing?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about. I'm trying to think. Hold on. So, shit, the past 4 or 5 presidents haven't even been in the military or been to war. Clinton never been to war. George Bush never been to war. Obama never been to war. Biden never been to war. Trump never been to war. Like, these people are not war presidents. They don't haven't served Not a day of service. None. I'm just thinking about that. But they really want to draft our children to go front and fight in the front line for Israel. Yeah, mind you, all of them support Israel too. Mind you that both sides. It don't matter who in there. It's like their obligation is to Israel first and foremost. You can't even ask none of these politicians, yo, America first or Israel? They remain silent, or they say Israel, or it's just like that's the norm. They gotta get in line with Israel. They have to in line themselves with whatever Israel says. They don't give a shit. So that tells you right there, are they really for the American people? No. Hell no. But let's continue because we got a lot more to get into. Like we ain't even get.
So this appears to be some sort of full search. It does look like that blanket on top of him there. So they wanted to make sure there were no other threats. Did he have any explosives tied to him? Those types of things. When somebody's charging at you with a shotgun, you don't take any chances with that. So you want to make 100% sure that there's no other threats.
Speaking of other threats, this investigation is only a few hours old, and early on, even last night, we heard law enforcement say that they believe that he acted alone. How were they so early in the investigation able to reach that? I mean, maybe he was there at the Washington Hilton alone, but to say that he acted alone, how'd they get there potentially?
Well, that's a very good point, because we all know in these early stages of these crises, as investigators learn things, the facts kind of change a little bit, right? Because they haven't done their homework and they've interviewed people and they are able to prove what they're saying. So there has to be some sort of at least initial level of optimism that was true. Again, like you said, Victor, there probably wasn't anybody with them. They were making sure of that. And then in their checks in the background initially, nothing probably came up. But I think as we go in the days ahead here, they're going to make sure that is the case, and they're going to talk to all of his associates. We know that he might have been a teacher. They'll go to any of those types of places, interview his coworkers, see who his associates are, and go and build that timeline from the time the shooting happened and worked all the way back several weeks beforehand to see how we got to the point last night.
Joining me now is CNN law enforcement analyst and former Secret Service agent Jonathan Wackrow. Jonathan, thanks for joining me. Let's start here. Wolf, in his description of the security posture outside the Washington Hilton, said that he's been to this obviously many times. This was something at a level he'd never seen before. The check 3 or 4 blocks away, intensified security. What typically informs something like that? Is it simply coincidental that increased security happens the year that there is this shooting, or is it often the environment or a specific threat that would lead to the type of security that has not been seen at this dinner before?
Well, Victor, good morning. And to answer your question, it's the latter. It's the threat environment. So the Secret Service operates off of a threat-based methodology when they're building out any type of security plan for the President of the United States or any of their protectees at any site that they may be going to. So in this case, because the president, this was going to be the first time at this event as the sitting president, there was a lot of publicity coming about this event leading up to last night. That really creates a lot of threat vectors that can manifest themselves for this type of event. The Secret Service knows that, so they actually start building out this this security plan. And really what Wolf was saying is concentric rings of protection that radiate out from the center of the stage where the president was sitting. So you have multiple layers of defense at that site that radiate out, not just at the surface level, but it's 360 degrees. There's airspace security that goes on. There are a lot of components of the security program that the public just does not see. Wolf did describe some of those elements that were out the outer perimeter, the inner perimeter, the magnetometers, all the way into the ballroom. So again, what we do know, though, is that security plan did work. It did prevent this threat from manifesting itself inside the ballroom and having tragic consequences.
Yeah, and as we know, having covered these shootings at schools and grocery stores and movie theaters, there are degrees of soft targets, hard targets. Any space around the president obviously is hardened. But when you have the Washington Hilton, 1,100 rooms, thousands literally of people in that ballroom, how far can the perimeter be extended, right? So this checkpoint that he crashed through was a level above the ballroom. Short of checking every person's baggage TSA style coming into the hotel as a guest, how do you keep those weapons out of the building when the president potentially comes in?
Well, again, what we don't know is, some of those pre-attack elements. What was the staging that the attacker went through to prepare for this evening? And I think that's going to be a critical part of this investigation. Is when did he set up, the weapons and have that cache of weapons available to him to then go ahead and launch the attack at that main magnetometer site? Timing here is also critical. If that attack was 60 minutes earlier, this would have been a tragic event with numerous casualties and individuals hurt, because that is the only place where the public was aggregating before they fully got screened going into the event. So understanding these attack dynamics, which I actually will underscore that it actually speaks to the premeditation. If this attacker did have a room or access into the hotel prior to the security program being fully stood up outside, again, that speaks to this calculated planning that he had. But again,
I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, this guy, there's no way in the world this guy was able to get through all that security. Like we said, this place was combed top to bottom. Secret Services make sure every entrance to that building, they got to make sure that entrance is covered. All the surveillance around, the control room that controls the cameras, Secret Services in there watching everything. Like this type of function like this, high level function where there's the president and vice president in the same building. Oh, it's heavily guarded. It's impossible for this guy to even get in there and get a shot off. One shot they would have took him out instantly. That's why we're believing that this is allegedly staged. And we got to, matter of fact, we got to get into, it's a lot, because we got to pull up a lot more things that we got to get into just to, because all this is alleged right now. We got to say alleged, but the way this is looking, it's definitely looks more towards a stage event. All right.
What we saw was, again, not relying on one element to the security plan, but that multiple overlapping layers of security.
All right, so let's get to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this, because we got a lot more videos to pull up to analyze. All right, so make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, like this video. This is sponsored by nightandayherbals.com. where we sell natural herbal products. We'll be right back after this message.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.
All right, this is, like we said, this show is sponsored by nightandayherbals.com. We have a 30% off sale going on our website right now. We sell natural herbal products from CBD to sea moss, to hair care and skincare products, natural soaps, herbal soaps, and body oils. So make sure y'all check us out. We also have apparel on there as well. So that's nightandayherbals.com. Or you can simply just Google us, Night and Day Network LLC, in your Google browser, and you'll see us pop up 5 stars on Google and everything else. So make sure y'all check us out, nightandayherbals.com, or simply type in the search bar, Night and Day Network LLC. All right. And also the QR code up there at the top right is also a way you can get to our website. All right. All right, man. So we got to get into this, man, because you still have the press conference as well that they conducted last night. They did the press conference, but I gotta pull this up. Where's it at? Hold on.
Somebody called us a Democrat puppet fool. Now we not no Democrats or Republicans in here.
No, we
put two middle fingers up to both sides.
So they get it confused. So they was confusing them because we got Trump up there in the video in the background. So they think that makes us Democrat by default. Nah, we don't give a shit about both sides.
That means that's a person that's completely brainwashed. Just to think because we don't support Trump that we automatically Democrats. Just to think that means you're brainwashed. That means that your brain is literally like controlled by the system. 100%. You are like what they call them NPCs. You're basically a generated. You're like a generated being. Like you're not even real. Like your mind is so controlled that you're not even a real being. Like you don't even have a soul to even think. You think just because someone don't like Trump that we automatically have to be Democrats. Wow. Like that type of brainwashing is insane to me. Like you're like zombies. Like you're like a zombie or a generated character. Like I don't even know what the hell you are. Like just know that you a soulless being that can't think for itself. A soulless being that can't think for himself. Like anybody who think like that just because they see us not agreeing with what Trump do and all that, if you automatically think we're Democrats because of that, you are 100% mindless being. You are a mindless being. Mindless. You do not have a mind. Your mind is 100% government controlled.
Yeah, so they dropped the video, right? They released this video to the public from inside during the chaos when all this was taking place. This is unbelievable, y'all. When I tell y'all this is unbelievable, these camera angles and the way these cameras are set up, this is unbelievable. How amongst all this chaos going on with Secret Service running everywhere, trying to get the situation under control, they literally let these cameramen just run wild like they was filming a movie. This actually looks like a movie set. And y'all know, this wouldn't even be able to be possible if this was a real threat. They don't know if it's a criminal organization coming in there. They don't know if it's more people involved. They don't know anything. And off the bat, they are letting these people roam freely with these cameras to make sure these angles get caught exactly where they need to be caught. And this is no bullshit. I've never seen no shit like this. Except the Capitol, when the Capitol shit happened. And that fake ass attempt to storm the Capitol. Because we know if that shit really happened, military would be all over that. People would be getting gunned down. Ain't no way in the world they gonna let people take over the goddamn Capitol building without military getting involved. Come on now. So we know that shit was staged too. But this shit here, this is the tip of the iceberg. Let's get into this. All right, this is MS. So MS Now released this. Right? This is not MS Now's video, but they make sure the news media gets these videos to air these shits. Now let's get into it. I might have to blow this one up a little more. Let's take us off the screen. And let's blow this video up a little more just so y'all can see how this shit takes place. Let me see if I get the biggest let me see, hold on. All right, I think it's this one. All right, so let's get into this, bro. This is insane.
Look out! Watch out! Move! Everybody stay down, stay down. We got one down. In there. What the? Oh my God.
Y'all see this shit? Do y'all see how these camera angles are capturing this chaos perfectly? Like they need these cameras to be in the right spot to capture everything that's moving. Y'all see how the camera is back? Like the cameraman is actually back so he can make sure he can capture all the movement that's running back and forth. This shit is 100% a movie script. This is 100% Hollywood at its finest. Look at this shit, bro. This is crazy. I've never seen nothing like this. We're talking about a threat, a real threat, a supposed real threat where the president and vice president is in the same space, occupying the same space. And they literally got the cameras at the right angles. Wait until I pull the one up a JD Vance getting taken out off the scene, right? Camera was set up perfect for that. I'm like, yo, they couldn't capture these shits even better. But let's continue. For y'all that's saying this is real, I mean, y'all got to look at how this shit is being played out, how this is being displayed. Let's continue.
Stay down, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, stay down.
Perfect camera angle.
So I just want to explain a little bit of sort of what you were seeing there. So it's a big, but it's a complicated venue. So what you first saw was just outside the ballroom. So all of us were inside the ballroom, but outside there are stairs and escalators up, and there are a number of rooms where they were sort of having pre-dinner receptions, where you saw that sort of big blue wall and there was empty chairs. That's the first entrance to the venue where people take photographs and there are photographers. That's why it was empty, because for the most part, people were already inside. Ken, I was just thinking, you and I have obviously been to this dinner a number of times. It's always a high security event. Did you feel like there was more security than previous years? To me, it felt similar. To me, it was more serious in that the dinner starts at 8 p.m. and usually you can make your way into the building, at or around that time. But this year, because the president was going to attend, you had to be in the building by 7 p.m. For them to do a Secret Service sweep. So there were changes to the evening because the president was there. But, normally it is a high security event every year. And this was no different. If anything, there were more to accommodate the fact that President Trump was joining us.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steph. I feel like security was a little stepped up. For example, when I was driving with some MS Now colleagues in a shuttle to the event, we had to get off 5 blocks short of the hotel. There was a large perimeter around the hotel that they weren't allowing any.
You heard what he said? He said they had to 5 blocks. They had to get out their cars 5 blocks away from the event. So you mean to tell me this guy was able to slip past all that security, all the Secret Service, all those policemen, not checked out or anything, and he was able to run past with a pocket full of knives,
definitely staged,
and a pistol? Just some unrandom person, not dressed as, no type of uniform, just this random, guy with a pistol and knives in his pocket, was able to run past all that Secret Service security and actually shoot one of them, and he didn't get killed. Man, they want to make us keep believing this shit. But anyway, let's continue. For all you, believers out there, let's continue.
Traffic through, even if you had a ticket to the event. So that's just an example. And look, the reason that this event takes place in this hotel is it's one of the most secure facilities, one of the most secure public facilities in Washington, D.C. It's designed, it has it's a big facility, and this ballroom is 2 floors underground. And the idea is there are multi-layers of security to prevent this exact
keyword multi-levels of security. And this guy was able to creep in there and do what he did. Okay, we're buying it. Okay.
Thing from happening. And I just want to point out that the video that we're watching, it's really remarkable. The actual shooting probably took 5 seconds. And then what happened afterwards was entirely the rush of really literally hundreds of security personnel from a variety of different agencies, Secret Service, police. There was even some TSA officials there, rushing with their guns drawn and trying to evacuate the VIPs. That took much longer than the shooting itself, and created an atmosphere where you didn't know what was happening, and it seemed, almost that the threat was still there. But really, that was just people doing their jobs, evacuating the VIPs, because they didn't know whether there was a second shooter or whether the threat had been eliminated. They apparently, the man who tried to breach the magnetometer was shot and was down, but they didn't know that was the end of the threat. And so it was a dramatic scene for minutes and minutes after the shooting took place, Steph.
What's interesting, I want to bring Ali Vitali into the conversation, but was so interesting to me, Ken. The room is filled with the room is filled with reporters who are experienced in reporting in war zones or active shooter situations. So, almost immediately following, you had a room full of reporters covering the event. Ali, I don't know if we have you on video or by phone, but can you hear me, Ali?
I can hear you, Steph.
Give us an update.
Well, at this point, the event is over, right? But I've been listening to the conversation that you and Ken have been having, and it's one that really hits on the chord of how much confusion, yes, was happening in the room, but also just how many minutes went by of people being under tables, worried, hearing people shout, get down, stay down. At one point, I think a very ill-advised USA chant broke out. The room quickly quieted after that. But again, I think you guys are coming back to the question we're going to be asking for the coming days and weeks, frankly, which is this should have been the most secure room in America, given the fact that the president, the vice president, multiple cabinet secretaries, multiple top members of Congress were all inside of it. This is a hotel that regularly hosts this event. The security posture, I recognize that maybe to some it looked stepped up, but frankly, the years that I've been there with presidents and without presidents, this is my 9th or 10th dinner, the security felt the exact same. And I will say, yes, there is a cursory check of bags and there's a cursory check of tickets, but there was, to my mind, nothing that felt stepped up about what we ultimately saw last night. And to give viewers a sense, and I think you guys started to do this, but to get to the area that this event is actually held in, you walk through the front of the hotel, and then you have to go down 2 escalators that are very deep. It's why it took so long for me and others to even get service to try to get on television and start talking to people, let alone texting our families, telling them that we were okay, because there is no...
Yeah, he got in because he was let in. He was part of the script. He was part of the actor. He was the script. This lone wolf was part of the script. That's how he was able to get past, because he was told to be,
Not lone wolf. You mean lone actor?
Yeah, lone actor. Right.
Lone actor.
I mean, how else did he get past dozens and dozens and dozens upon layers and layers of security? With a pistol, might I add. He didn't got past TSA, Secret Service, law enforcement, and whoever else was in there that was part of the security.
A gun and a pocket full of knives.
Yeah, some knives and a gun. Okay.
Service, notoriously so, inside this event. And so it only added to the confusion. But again, the question of security and how people were able to get by without showing tickets. I mean, a ticket is a flimsy piece of paper and can easily look like something that it's actually not. We're not talking about an event with barcodes. We're not talking about an event like the way you would go into a sports center or anything like that. And so I think that is going to be the central line of reporting and questioning for every single cabinet member who had a detail there, and there were many, as you guys have detailed, but then also for, of course, the President of the United States, and a question about what kind of threat assessment was done by Secret Service, and of course, what did the security posture look like in the room? And you have a room of journalists who, myself among them, under a table, put their phones up, tried to get a sense of what was happening on the dais, trying to call sources, trying to find those sources in the room who might have a sense of what was going on. Thank goodness for all of us trying to do our jobs, but also thank goodness for all of us being safe. I think important for all of us as we unpack this, including you guys, we were in a room that was extraordinary for what we experienced, but also immensely, immensely scary. And I'm really grateful that all of us are able to come together right now on our air and talk about it. But I also hope that we can take some stock when we go home and just, you know, say a thank you to whatever God we pray to, the fact that we are able to do that right now.
100%. I want, Allie, please stay with us. I want Carol Leonnig to join the conversation. Carol was in the room with us. One other thing I do want to point out, Allie, that really added to what a scary situation it was. None of us had service in that room. So you have this massive, massive ballroom. Ken, about how many people were in that room?
It's more than 1,000. It's one of the biggest. I think it's the biggest ballroom in Washington.
I thought so too. So let's say there's at least 1,000 people seated in that room, under all of us at that point, under tables. Allie's saying people were trying to video, but they couldn't call home. They couldn't text anyone. You know, there was spotty service. Even when we left, really, you didn't get good service until you left the building. It's somewhat extraordinary that people stayed calm and quiet, and there was no sort of stampede or people flooding to the door. I mean, people did, but really in an orderly fashion. If you think about what it could have been, it's amazing that people stayed so calm and safe. Allie, please stay with us. Carol Leonnig, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Carol, tell us what you know. We know you've got pretty extraordinary sources within the Secret Service, but you too were at the dinner with us.
Yeah, what a wild night to dive under the table while we are barely done with our salad. I have a lot of thoughts about what happened here based on covering the Secret Service for some time. But let me just, because you opened the door here, Steph, tell you what the sources that I'm hearing from in the Secret Service, who are not, let me just be clear, they're not in the security detail. They're not on the counter-assault team that appeared to interact with this guy. They're not with the uniform division that are working the magnetometers, but they're people one layer outside who say the following. How in the world did someone get past the magnetometer, whether they were running or whatever they were doing? How could that happen? They're asking that question, very similar to what Ali was saying earlier. They're also telling me that a uniform division officer who works, that's a division of the Secret Service that often works security sort of on that outer perimeter, that a uniform division officer was actually struck by some sort of shot in his vest. Now, I want to emphasize that's one source, and there is another outlet that's reporting something similar, but I just want to emphasize some of these people are saying that someone at the magnetometers working on security on the outside was shot, which seems to suggest that the person who was trying to breach the dinner was armed. We just don't have enough to say that definitively, but it sure suggests and points to that. The Capitol Hilton yeah, go for it.
I do want to make sure we still do not know. Obviously, many, many people were at this dinner. We do not know who was being targeted.
I mean, it wasn't no target. I mean, if you staging the event, there's no actual target. It's just all folk, you know, there is an op, let's get into this real quick, because we know why they doing this. Make sure y'all double tap the screen, liking this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Let's get into this though.
Look here, he's not just.
Let me know if y'all can hear this. So this is a report that Trump's approval rate dropped the lowest than anyone in history. This is crazy. That means he's losing a lot of his own MAGA supporters as well. So a lot of you MAGAs out there seeing right through this bullshit. Right. Y'all like, we gotta jump ship. This guy just don't give a shit. He's leading us into wars. He's creating all these enemies and shit. Like, nah. Y'all not with it. Y'all feeling the effects because it's not a Democrat Republican thing. When they take the country to war, all of us is affected by it. Food prices is high, gas prices is high, inflation is up, the market is being manipulated, and that affects both sides, Democrat and Republican. So that's why we try to tell y'all this shit doesn't matter. It don't matter what party you trying to represent. When shit like this take place, everybody is affected. All right, but then let's get into this though. So this is Trump. Just broke the record. No president waits. It says his approval dropped tremendously. Let's get into it.
It's the lowest at this point at any point in either of his presidencies, but he is at the lowest. He has the worst net approval rating at this point in any term for any president. Look at this. He's at minus 32 points now. Joe Biden, of course, Donald Trump loved to rip Joe Biden in the economy. Joe Biden, though, was at minus 25 points, 7 points better. How about George W. Bush? Minus 25 points. Again, 7 points better than Donald Trump. And of course, Donald Trump loves to rip on James Earl Carter. But James Earl Carter, Jimmy Carter, was at minus 22 points, 10 points better than Donald Trump is right now. So again, Donald Trump making the type of history that no president likes to make.
I mean, this is historic. No president has been this low at this point in the presidency on the economy, period, full stop?
Full stop. Full stop. Presidency or term.
Okay.
And just take a look here. He's not just the lowest at...
So he basically broke the record for the lowest approval rate.
That's insane.
Throughout history,
and the thing is, they all of them are low.
Yeah, and I'm about to say this doesn't excuse none of the other ones. Like we said, both parties is full of shit. These parties is full of. This whole political system is full of shit. These political parties in place just to rob the people blind. I'm gonna be honest. It has nothing to do with the people. These people are doing inside trading. They manipulating the stock market. It's just all they involved with Epstein type characters doing Epstein type activities. And meanwhile, American people gotta fit the bill of these criminals. Y'all work hard as shit. Some of y'all work 2 or 3 jobs. Y'all pay taxes, you go out and you vote. Meanwhile, these people involved with Epstein type characters. The Epstein list should have been the Epstein shit should have been a wake up call. No matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat, that should have been a wake up call. Like, hold on. So they allowed this motherfucker like Epstein exist. We're seeing politicians from both sides on this list, head of corporations, head of countries, head of state. It should have been a wake up call to the people. Like, hold on, we've been duped. These people are like the most wickedest people on the planet, and we vote for these people every 4 years. And these people are like the most wickedest people on the planet. Or work for the most wickedest people on the planet. and let's get into something. You really think they're gonna let a squeaky clean guy in the White House? They gotta have dirt on these people, man. They gotta have 100% dirt on these people. I mean, Epstein was sent in there to basically, blackmail these high-level people, right? Wasn't that Epstein's mission? To blackmail these people, get them in compromising positions, get them on camera, on video, audio if they have, so they can be blackmailed. Wasn't that his mission? So you mean to tell me this guy ain't have nothing on his friend Donald Trump? or his friend Bill Clinton? This guy literally had a picture of Clinton in the model painted in a Monica Lewinsky dress. That's what they found in one of his establishments, was that painting. of Bill Clinton in the Monica Lewinsky's dress. And like bro said in another live stream, it was like a trophy. It was like a trophy for Epstein to even have that. Now you gotta mind you, Epstein was in the White House during the time Monica Lewinsky was there. So it makes you think, is there a connection between Monica Lewinsky and Jeffrey Epstein to even get Bill Clinton in that type of compromising position? And then he gets found with the picture, a painting of Bill Clinton in the same blue dress that Monica Lewinsky had on, like it was some type of trophy. Like, yeah, it was one of my hoes I sent in there to get you in a compromising position so we can use you to blackmail you. Somebody said Clinton has nothing to do with Trump. Nah, they was friends at one point in time. They was cool at one point in time. Was they involved with Epstein at the same time? I believe so, but maybe they was, doing things separate with Epstein. Epstein was doing separate things with Trump than he was with Bill Clinton. You mean, all his clients, he's not going to treat all his clients the same. He might have some dealings with Trump on a different level than he has with Bill Clinton and vice versa. I mean, we seen that Clinton was on the flight list, like, whoo. Clinton was on that flight list a lot of time. I think Clinton was around Epstein way more than Trump was. I think Trump was around Epstein for a period of time, but Clinton was his boy. Clinton was his mans. Clinton was Epstein man's. But let's continue though. We gotta get some more. We got some more shit we gotta get into. Let's get into a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages. Like we said, this show is sponsored by nightandayherbals.com. We'll be right back.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.
All right, we are back. All right, make sure you check out our website, nightandayherbals.com. You can get there by either the QR code in the corner, or you can type us in Night and Day Network LLC in your Google browser. And we have the link is in the description of this video. That's nightandayherbals.com. We sell natural herbal products on there. And so make sure you head over there and check this out. We got a 30% off sale going on right now. So any purchases, when you check out, the 30% automatically comes off your purchase when you check out. So that's nightandayherbals.com. All right. So press conference.
I can't believe there's people out here who still believe that this was real and not a staged event. I feel like right now, if anybody say that they think this is real, they literally agents. Like they be working for the Trump administration in some type of way.
Yeah.
Because nobody with a half a brain. All you need is a quarter of a brain, and you can tell that this stage. You don't even need a full brain. You don't even need half a brain. A quarter piece of brain will tell you that this was staged. A quarter a piece. Just a quarter.
Quarter piece, huh?
That's it. Just a quarter.
Just a quarter.
That's all you need to realize that this is staged.
Yeah, this is insane. All right, so let me do this. Just back up on the joint. All right. Hold on. All right, so this is the press conference. Let's get into it. So they pretty much this is Trump, the press conference. All right.
Well, thank you very much. That was
so. This is after the event, after the chaos took place at the hotel and everything. So
very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement, and This was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now, put out on Truth and put out on many of the platforms.
Why Cash Patel always look like he high on cocaine or something, man? Cash Patel be back there, space the hell out, man. Like he high on something, man. It never fails. This guy be back there geeking.
A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He is has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him, and he's a very proud guy. He's very proud of what he does, Secret Service agent. And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building, and I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone proof. It's
see what I'm saying? More way to milk money out the people. Look, I knew he was going to try to use this event as an excuse, as a beneficial to his whatever he got going on. See, that this is why we gotta, this is why we doing this construction over at the White House. We need the drone. We got drone proof. We're making it bulletproof, drone proof, alien proof. Water resistant. Like he have all this excuse. He got to use these events as an excuse to build, the new ballroom and all this shit. Like, come on, man. Come on now.
Bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. Mm-hmm. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before.
Look at the script he reading. Mind you, he reading off a script. Reading off a script. This shit is scripted 1,000%, man. This shit is scripted 1,000%. I don't care what nobody say. This shit is scripted. You have it.
But everyone owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the courage of law enforcement, the law enforcement, and working with the DC police. And we just spoke with the mayor. And when we're finished, the police chief is going to take over. And
somebody said channels like yours paid by George Soros. Who the hell is George Soros? Who is that? Who is George Soros?
How are we paid by George Soros? What the hell does that even mean?
George Soros.
What give you that indication?
Nah, we are sponsored by NightandDayHerbals.com. Make sure you head over there and check out the website, NightandDayHerbals.com. That's what we sponsored by. NightandDayHerbals.com. Owned by Night and Day Network LLC.
Right. Y'all can just go search Night and Day Network LLC.
Google it. Night and Day Network LLC. That's who sponsored this live stream here. This podcast here. This show here. This channel here is sponsored by NightandDayHerbals.com. Night and Day Network LLC. Google us. Let's continue though.
Discuss it also from their viewpoint, but they also performed exactly as they were supposed to. And you see the attacker in different positions, but you also see the attacker totally subdued and under control. So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story. And in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts and resolving our difference peacefully. We have to resolve our differences. I will say, you had Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and progressives. Those words are interchangeable, perhaps, but maybe they're not. But yet everybody in that room, big crowd, record-setting crowd. There was a record-setting group of people. And there was a tremendous amount of love and coming together. I watched, and I was very, very impressed by that. But First Lady and I were taken very well care of very quickly, rushed off the stage. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's here, was likewise beautifully done. He was just saying how quickly everybody acted, law enforcement, Secret Service in particular in this case, but law enforcement. Marco had the same thing. Pete was there. Pete didn't want any help. He didn't want anybody to help him. He doesn't want anybody to help him, but he did get some, didn't you? And I think you also said that it was very impressive. So with that, I'd like to ask Todd Blanche to come up, say a few words, and tell you it's already underway. The man has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California, and he's a sick person, a very sick person. And we don't want things like this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though, and I told the representatives of the evening, they did such a beautiful job. It was such a beautiful evening. And again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution. That's what it's all about, not just White House Correspondents. It was really based on free speech in our Constitution. But I said very importantly that we'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved. I also want to thank the press, the media. You've been very responsible in your coverage. I will say I've been seeing what's been out. You've been very responsible. So Todd Blanche, I'd like to say a few words, and then we're going to have cash. And then you're going to go on. We can ask, I guess we can take a couple of questions. I want to thank the First Lady that was a rather traumatic experience for her. There was a lot of action taking place up there very quickly. But again, the response time was really incredible. And we're going to reschedule. We're going to do it again. We're not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things out because we can't do that. We wanted to stay tonight. I will tell you, I fought like hell to stay. But it was protocol. They said, please, sir, because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know, could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find out. We'll find out very quickly. They have it very well under control. So I want to thank everybody very much. And Todd Blanche, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Tonight you saw the very worst and the very best of this country. You saw the very worst by the actions of that coward that the president just talked about. But you also saw the very best because you saw law enforcement.
Man, we saw the very staged, bro. That's what we seen. We seen the very staged. For anyone to believe this event was real. Talking about we seen the very worst and the very best of this country. No, we seen the very stage and the very propaganda of this country. That's what we're seeing. Like, come on now. This is bullshit, bro. They really got people believing this bullshit.
Do exactly what they're supposed to do, and you'll see the videos come out, I expect, very shortly, and you'll see law enforcement do exactly.
Look, key word, You'll see the. Let me bring that back. What he just said. You see what this shit is all about?
Because we can't do
That's
that.
what he said.
The very worst and the very best of this country. You saw the very worst by the actions of that coward that the president just talked about. But you also saw the very best because you saw law enforcement do exactly what they're supposed to do. And you'll see the videos come out, I expect, very shortly, and you'll see law enforcement do exactly what we want them to do.
You will see the videos come out and you will see exactly what we wanted them to do. Y'all gotta peep the language that's being used here, bro. He literally said, wait until the videos come out and you'll see they did exactly what we told them to do.
I mean, this
Bro.
goes to show you how dumb they think everybody is. And you got to think about it. That's a small percentage now because most people know this stuff is starting to be fake now. It just the evidence is just too overwhelming. Like you could just tell, it gives you that stage feeling. And the thing is, that's like social media type of stuff because you could go through social media and say the same thing. Like a lot of that stuff be scripted and staged. And these politicians, they do the same thing. I mean, why would you have, Trump and Iran going back and forth on social media through Twitter? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make any sense. Why is politics being done like that on social media? Like, so in social media in 2026, a lot of that shit is scripted just so they can get the shock value and get some numbers up. Like these politicians are in the same boat because they gotta win your heart, they gotta win your minds, and they stage some shit to do that. And that's what they've been doing.
Right.
That's what they've been doing. They've been doing it, and they doing it right in front of our faces. And they think that we're so dumb that they could just talk about it right in the open right after they do it. That's crazy to me. Like you could just talk about what you just did, like right in the open, and people were supposed to be that dumb to believe that that wasn't staged. Those perfect camera angles. You know what I mean? This lone actor, gunman, staged this whole thing. That's the type of lingo that you're using. And we all know that it would be hard to even get into a regular courthouse armed up. You ain't getting no place where the vice president and the president are there together, and you just walking up in there with a weapon. You ain't even gonna make it even to the first checkpoint. You got stopped at a checkpoint. Who would be dumb enough to take all that weaponry checkpoint? Secret Service is gonna be at. People be scared to have weed and stuff on them. You think they gonna go up there with a gun and some knives to a checkpoint? Unless it was a diversion, means he wouldn't have been a lone actor. Because who would be dumb enough to do that? Like who would be dumb enough to literally go to a Secret Service checkpoint armed up? You know you ain't gonna make it. That's like suicide by cops. You know you ain't gonna make it. It's just you, couple of guns, and some knives in your pocket. And you think you're gonna be able to go get past the Secret Service checkpoint with that stuff. Trying to get in a building where the president and the vice president is at, and all other types of government officials. They all got protective detail.
Yeah, he got arrested. Yeah, they stripped him naked, searched him. I don't know why they had to strip him naked.
They wrote that into the story.
Yeah,
Y'all gotta remember, they wrote that.
They stripped him naked, searched him. First, hold on. That don't even sound right. That you would strip someone naked to search them, unless they was in prison. Unless you in prison and going up in your rectum to make sure you ain't sneaking no drugs and from the visiting room. But yeah, that's the only time a person would get searched like that. But yeah, they stripped him naked, put him in handcuffs, laid him on the floor, and put a blanket over him. So, but peep what he's saying. Peep what this guy's saying though. This
ridiculous, bro.
He said the videos are coming out soon. It's like you promoting this shit before it comes out. Yeah, the videos you'll see when the videos are coming out soon. and you'll see they did what we told them to do. Let me bring this shit back.
Tonight you saw the very worst and the very best of this country. You saw the very worst by the actions of that coward that the president just talked about. But you also saw the very best because you saw law enforcement do exactly what they're supposed to do. And you'll see the videos come out, I expect, very shortly, and you'll see law enforcement do exactly what we want them to do. And so I echo what what President Trump just said, that we are extraordinarily grateful and appreciative of the men and women of law enforcement that did their jobs tonight, including one who was injured. This investigation is ongoing. I expect you will see charges filed shortly. The charges should be self-evident given the conduct, but as you'll hear, there will be multiple charges surrounding the shooting, around the possession of firearms, and anything else that we can get on this guy. The investigation is obviously ongoing and just started. There is federal law enforcement already working on search warrants and doing their job, and I don't want to get ahead of them. I don't want to get ahead of the work that they're doing even as we speak. Director Patel and I were just on the crime scene a short while ago, and everybody in this room should rest assured that the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI,
said, okay, so he said Cash Patel was on the crime scene. All right, let's see how Cash Patel was at the crime scene, y'all. Y'all want to see how Cash Patel was at the crime scene? Let me pull this up. This is Cash Patel at the crime scene, y'all. Okay. All right. But let's get back to the these line pricks.
Look at that cinematic. Look at that cinematic shot that they gave him.
All right.
Y'all gotta understand how staged all this is. The perfect camera angles, the perfect audio. It's just like everything is like in place. And it's like nobody really scared. You know, the camera crew is definitely not scared because they know it's a film. Because look, they don't budge. They they don't even care. Bullets don't exist. They don't hear there's no such thing as no bullets. Because they be up in there getting the best shots. Like not ducking the dodger. Those cameras aren't shaky or nothing. Those cameras are very steady to say there's a real event going on. I'm just saying. It looked like a professional camera crew just stood up there and got the best angles.
Yeah.
You know, and actually it was edited and put out there like it was like live. It's like so manipulative.
Yeah.
Secret Service.
And then you can see how they move. Like they not moving like there's an actual threat. They moving like they're acting, like they over actors, like bad actors at that. It's insane. Yeah, like bad actors, like a bunch of bad actors, bro. Like literally like a bunch of almost a Tubi movie.
Nah,
but you can tell no, but hold on, let me finish. But you can tell they had somebody there that knew what they was doing, but they used Tubi money budget. Like they didn't really have a good budget to work with. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible how they set it all up. It's literally terrible. And the thing is, you could clearly see that there's a couple people in there that they know it's fake. Like, no, seriously.
Right.
Like you just looking like, they really in there just acting, aren't they? And it's bad acting. That's how you can tell. Oh man, it's terrible, man. I don't know. Like I said, quarter of a brain. Like all it takes is a quarter of a brain to tell that this is staged. You don't even need no more than that. So if you can't tell this is staged and you still saying that it's real, that means you ain't even got a quarter of a brain left. That means you got less than a quarter out of the whole brain. You got less than a quarter out of the whole brain. Because it only takes a quarter of the brain to realize this was all staged.
Everybody's on the scene doing their job.
Hold on real quick. Just like when they went to space. Just like when they sent, what's her name, the singers to space, and Gail and all of them.
Oh yeah, right.
When they try to send them to space.
Right.
And you could tell it was all fake.
Facts.
We gotta look, man. This shit is getting insane. We know damn well they didn't go to no moon, and we know this dude, that wasn't a real assassination attempt. It was literally a low budget film. Tubi movie. Because that's the type budget it seemed like they used. I don't tell you the truth. I don't know what budget they're using because America is supposedly broke. $39 trillion in debt. I don't know how we can afford any of these Secret Service people or all these actors. Oh, maybe that's where all the money was going from them failed audits.
All right. Look at this actor here.
I just want to go find.
What the fuck Eric Kirk talking about, man?
I just want to go find. I just want to go find.
But see, I just want to go home. There's no place like home.
I just want to go find.
Why she wait till the camera was there to see that shit? That's like, you know, she acting too. Why she always crying and shit, man? Like she's like a fucking crybaby, man.
I just want to go find.
I just want to go home.
Yeah, that's overactor. Yo, you can't tell me she ain't an overactor, fam. That's bad overacting.
I just want to. She waited till the camera was right there. I just want to go home.
That was her cue. You gotta stay scripted, bro. She knew her cue. When you get to this position, when you this far away from the camera, that's when you say your lines. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, let me play this shit back.
Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.
I just want to go find. I just want to go find.
Oh my goodness, bro.
See how good the audio? You see how good the audio picked her up?
The dramatic.
I wouldn't be surprised if she had a mic on her to, you know, because it's a production. Y'all gotta realize that was a production. That's what y'all have to. That's how fake it all is. It's so staged that it's a production.
She said, "I want to go home."
It's literally a production. Just like what happened in Butler, PA. It was literally a production. And that was more WWE style. Like the shit in Butler, because that air, that blood, that fake blood in the air and all that, that's all like wrestling. That's like little wrestling tactics.
Yeah, man.
I know that the police chief is going to give an update from the scene as soon as we're finished here, and I obviously will leave the details of what they have learned to him. But in the meantime, I just want to thank everybody in this room for the courage, and I want to thank President Trump for his words, and I promise you, justice will be served. Thank you, Dr. Patel.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. I sniffed the line before I came up here. I hope you don't mind. I drank a beer and sniffed the line. Yeah, Mr. President. Thank you.
The president's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the
Man, stop coloring on his nuts, man. You up there, yeah, Mr. President, because you did.
You know what?
Up there, just rubbing on his nilsies, man.
You know what Cash Patel looked like? He looked like a couple of hours before he had to be to work. Oh shit, I gotta go to work in a couple of hours because he was up all night. Like he's one of those types. Like like he was partying so hard. He had to look at the clock. Oh shit! I gotta be at work in a couple hours.
You say one of them couple of hours dudes?
Yeah, one of them couple of hours dudes.
Hey,
like,
I gotta be working a couple of hours.
Yeah, don't he always look like that? He always looked like that. He always looked like, damn, I gotta go to work in a couple of hours. Like he want to have a lot of fun, and then what brings him back into reality is when he look at his watch, he be like, oh shit, I gotta be at work in a couple of hours. He was out all night.
Why he look like
he looked like he was out all night?
Why do Patel look like he could star in one of them movies like Kumar and goddamn White Castle and shit?
Exactly.
He look like one of them movies.
Shit. That's right there. You got it. Because they was up all night trying to look for a White Castle.
Yeah, he looked like one of those type of characters out of one of those movies. It's crazy, bro. And he talked like it too. Hey, come here, Mr. President.
Sources that they need, and they know that you have their back. And that is a changing dynamic in this country, and that's why you saw brave Secret Service agents respond immediately, swiftly, subdue and take down the suspect, and safeguard the lives of thousands of individuals at that hotel. Thanks to our interagency partnership with the Department of Homeland Security and the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI was rapidly deployed onto the scene, took over the evidence response unit, is examining all the ballistics that were found on scene to include the long gun and the shell casings. We are conducting witness interviews as we speak. You will hear from our team on the scene there with the mayor and the head of the FBI field division there. But please know what the Attorney General has just said reigns no truer. You saw the very best of America tonight. The very best unite us.
See, why they gotta keep? If it wasn't staged, why do you have to go so hard to prove to us that America is at its top with security and shit like that? You see how hard they pushing that? Yeah, we got the if it wasn't, America's has the best security, and yeah, you will see tonight that's what, when the videos come out, that's what you will see, that we're the best. We have the best security. We have the best. Like, why do you have to push that so goddamn hard? Why? Why are they so adamant about pushing that so damn hard? You see, let me bring this shit back just a little bit, bro.
Found on scene to include the long gun and the shell casings. We are conducting witness interviews as we speak. You will hear from our team on the scene there with the mayor and the head of the FBI field division there. But please know what the Attorney General has just said reigns no truer. You saw the very best of America tonight. The very best unite us at a time of uncertainty, because we have leadership here with the president and the vice president.
This is about the approval rate, because his approval rate dropped. So now they got to hype him up. You know, they got to hype Trump up, you know, because his approval rate is low as hell. So yeah, we have the very best leadership, and all this shit is about the midterm elections. Like, yeah, we got to make this guy look good. Like, we got to make him look good as possible, because no, people already caught on. This shit is too late. People don't give a shit about that. People are tired of this leadership, the previous leaders. People don't just tired of being led by these wicked ass politicians, period. People ready to do their own thing. To be honest, people ready to do their own thing. They don't want to be led by the same shit anymore. People want to do their own thing. People want to be independent, doing their own thing. Not being led by these wicked Epstein individuals. Like, y'all was on the Epstein list. Like, y'all be involved with Epstein type of people. We don't want to be led by people that's part of Epstein and those type of things, activities y'all be into. No, the shit is over. Y'all cover been blown. Nobody wants to support none of this shit no more.
Whoever think it was staged, please press 111. Whoever think it wasn't staged, press 222. Let's see where people at with this.
Should have had a poll going.
Do y'all think it's staged? If we do have someone on the panel, they would have to tell us why they don't think.
Yeah, we need people on the panel that disagree.
We don't. Yeah. We don't want nobody on the panel that agree with us. We want to get somebody. I want to hear what people have to say who think that it's real. I'm not. Because you got to convince me of how that shit is real.
And
I
you
don't
want to hear
believe
what?
nothing that the mainstream media is saying. I don't believe none of the official story.
Right. And why y'all want to keep supporting this shit? I want to hear by the people that want to continue to support these people. You know?
So if
Y'all.
you pressing 222, you could come up on stage. If you actually believe this shit is real, you could come up on stage, and we got to hear this of how you think this is actually real.
But why they gotta hype this shit up? So yeah, we being led by the very best leadership in.
That backs law enforcement, and the men and women that I shook their hands on the scene today could not have been prouder to show up on scene. And as the Attorney General said, make no mistake, we are conducting witness interviews. If you have any information whatsoever related to this event, 1-800-CALL-FBI, 1-800-CALL-FBI. No piece of information is too small. No piece of information is inadequate. We will evaluate it all. We will also be conducting interviews of those that were there. And if any of those individuals have information, please come forward to law enforcement or the FBI or the Metropolitan Police Department. We will be examining this individual's background thoroughly. That process has already started, and we are going to ensure that he was either a lone wolf actor or anyone else that was responsible. We will analyze all evidence immediately to make sure that we safeguard this country. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, thank you for your leadership. Attorney General and Homeland Secretary Merlin, thank you for your partnership in law enforcement.
Thank you. Okay, we'll do a couple and then we go to the chair. Madam Chairman, I just want to say you did a fantastic job. What a beautiful evening, and we're going to reschedule. And after that, it's
Harold and Kumar looking for White Castle. That's what Cash Patel remind me of, one of those films where Harold and Kumar was looking for White Castle all night and shit. What's another one of those movies that came out? What's the one with 40-Year-Old Virgin or some shit? Like, what's some more of those other movies that came out like that? What's the one where they was what's the one where they was trying to get the liquor for the party and all that shit? What was the name of that movie? Superbad. And he's like one of them. Cash Patel just remind me of one of them actors from one of them movies. Hey, like weird ass dude, man.
Well, like a Seth Rogen in the Jonah Hill movie.
Yeah, like a joke. Yeah, like a Jonah Hill.
Yeah,
Seth Rogen. Yeah, that's what you remind me of, one of them type of actors that are being shit like that.
Or the one that they did, Grandmom's Boy, when he was video game developer.
Yeah.
When they was testing video games and whatnot, and he's like one of those types of dudes.
Yeah, that's Cash Patel. He one of them actors.
Hey man, they gotta keep the script going. They gotta keep the script going.
Trump is goddamn Biff from goddamn Back to the Future, the second one, right? When Biff was at the towers, Biff Towers. Yeah, Trump is Biff from Back to the Future. Yeah, he's acting as characters.
Or he
could be what's his name from the Super. The character that Joe Pesci played in the movie The Super.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, right.
But you have done a fantastic job. Please.
Mr. President, I appreciate it. As you mentioned, it all happened so quickly, and I wonder, especially because unfortunately you have experience with these sorts of threats. In that moment, when you realized there was a threat and service agents were telling us to get down, can you describe what was going through your mind, how you were feeling in that moment?
That's a very good question, actually. It's always shocking when something like this happens. Happened to me a little bit, and that never changes. The fact we were sitting right next to each other, First Lady, am I right? And I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise. And it was from quite far away. He hadn't breached the area at all. They really got him. But so it was quite far away, but it was a gun. And some people really understood that pretty quickly. Other people didn't. I was watching to see what was happening. Probably should have gone down even faster. Melania was very cognizant, I think, of what happened. I think she knew immediately what happened. She was saying, that's a bad noise. And we were whisked away along with
Bad
other
noise.
people. We were really whisked away. And again, the performance of the Secret Service and the police, all of the law enforcement, I thought was really good. So it was very quick. There wasn't a lot of time to be thinking because it was a matter of seconds before we were out the door and gone into
this is insane, y'all.
We very much, and you wanted to too, we very much wanted to continue it because I don't like to let these sick people, these thugs, these horrible, horrible people.
That's hypocritical as shit. These thugs, these horrible people. Meanwhile, you commit genocide in other countries. Wiping out, threatening to wipe out a whole nation because they didn't want to make a deal. But
he said he want to blow up Iran.
Yeah, you want to wipe out the whole Iran because they don't want to make a deal. They don't want to get down and lay down.
Yeah, he literally blow up Iran.
Talking about
like
thugs,
the whole entire country.
These thugs, these hooligans, these thugs. Meanwhile, you threaten to blow up a whole country, bro. Like
projection.
It can't get more thuggish. It can't get more thuggish than that.
It's projection though, because whenever these politicians try to make the enemy, they really talking about themselves. You know, when they make these enemies, Osama bin Laden's and all these the dude from North Korea, they always make these enemies, but really they be the ones that's the threat. They be just projecting what we be doing onto other countries and then invade them. That's all they do. And the thing is, people are starting to catch on to that. There's more and more people. They are losing. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're losing the people. And the thing is, they're panicking. And then what's happening? They're creating more staged events, trying to get the people back on their side. But it's making it even worse. It's like people are like, "Oh, now we do it staged now," because they're trying too hard because they're losing the people.
Facts.
And the thing is, the couple people you see still agreeing with the establishment, a lot of them either be agents or they too, like you already know. I don't even need to say it again. Quarter of a brain. That's quarter of a brain. Like seriously. But most people we know. We like, oh yeah, all this shit is corrupt. Like anybody with a half a brain nowadays know that all this shit is corrupt. All them politicians are corrupt. All these institutions around us are corrupt. Like, how do you not see that in 2026?
They all support Israel.
Everybody see it now. Everything's out in the open now. Like everything's been brought to light, and it's just like all people gotta do now is just open their eyes and accept it. Like, both sides are corrupt. All sides, everything that they do is basically to control the people. That's all they do. Rather Democrat, Republican, it don't matter. All they do is try to control the people. If they have to lie to the people to do it, they will do that. That's what they do. If they have to stage whole event to keep the people in line, they will do that, and they have. They got a track record of that. A lot of the biggest crimes in the world is done by governments. You gotta think about it. The biggest crimes done in the world is always done by governments. Always. The biggest genocides, the biggest drug trafficking, the biggest human trafficking is usually done by some big government. It's always that. And when the people lose the ability to govern their own lives, that's when you get corrupt government to take over. Because that's what it boils down to. We got to stop sitting on our asses and waiting for your favorite political leader to get you out of your mess. Exactly. That's not happening. And arguing with your neighbor about which political leader is going to lead you out of this mess, that's counterproductive. Because none of those leaders, so-called leaders, which they're not, they just dictators, none of them are going to lead you out. And that's what we're trying to get through to y'all. I mean, people could be on here and say, "Oh, you guys are Democratic this," or you guys are not educated. when I hear shit like that, you guys are not educated. All I hear is that you guys are not indoctrinated. Because what you're saying don't really affect me. I'm glad I'm not educated by your standards. Because being educated by your standards is called being deceived. Because you still believe this system of this education system they forced us all into was been telling you the truth, but it hasn't. Your whole existence is a lie because of that education system that they forced us into. Because it was all fabricated shit to keep us in line. How don't you see that yet? Why do I even have to explain that? Like, why don't, like, the whole education system is a fraud. Just look at the education system today. Most people who graduated from college are in debt because student loans, because school was way expensive. When a lot of countries, you got some countries where the higher learning is actually paid for by the country. They actually send exchange students to other countries, and the country itself would pay for it for their education. But in the United States, it's all a monopoly. It's all about money. So they don't give a shit what you learn, your education. All they care about is that money. They don't care about what you learn. They don't care about any of that. They're not gonna plug you into anything. All they trying to do is make their money. That's what these universities did. They just made their money. It became a monopoly. So even the education system is bullshit. So when you say, oh, you guys sound uneducated, all that shit is uneducated, because the education system need education if it actually want to help people. Look around you. Why it always seem like the crooks like the Clintons or crooks like Trump? Why it always seem like they always winning? Because it's them and their people that built the system. This whole system of monopoly, this whole monopoly they got going on. They all in on it, and you're not going to see a politician, Democrat or Republican, who's not in on that. And what tied them all together was Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein was definitely
That's who tied to both the Democrats and the Republicans to wickedness, because he was working with both. He was working with all. So he was working with world leaders and a lot of our politicians in the United States. And if he wasn't working with them directly, he was blackmailing them. If he wasn't blackmailing them, he was bribing them, or he was doing both. So what we trying to tell you is our government is 100% corrupt, and it's been that since the beginning. The U.S. government has always been corrupt. Always.
Wait, let's get Carrie Wather 7166. You want to come up? We would like to invite you on the panel since you disagree. We would like to hear people. Look, we give people a platform whether you agree or disagree, but we want to hear from the people that actually disagree, because we don't want to.
Right.
Yeah, let's get Carrie. You want to come up to explain yourself?
We
appreciate it. Just let us know yes or no. Do you want to tap the link to come up on the panel to basically like we not we give people a platform if you disagree. We would like to hear. Maybe you can enlighten us on what you disagree about and give us some education. We're not above that. So Carrie Wather. Is it Wather? 7166. Do you want to come up and join the panel? Let us know, yes or no, in the and we know you're still here because you type in the chat frequently. So let us know if you want to come up.
There is nothing anybody can really debate with what we're saying.
No, but I would like to hear. I want to hear people debate. I would
all
like
they do is insult, but I'm watching them though. I'm watching all the people who disagree. They don't have no type of reason why they disagree. They just attack us. They just say, "Oh, you guys are idiots. You guys are uneducated. Oh, you're morons." They don't say nothing else. So that's how I know they fake. These are bots, bro. These ain't even real people to even come up here. And even if they're humans, they're still bots. Even if you're a human and you won't hear agreeing with everything you see on the mainstream media. You're still a bot. And then you have the AI bots.
We want to get people on here that disagree. Where you at?
Yeah, we only want people on that disagree, that think this is real.
Like I'm talking about, people that have strong, have their strong views on Trump, have their strong views on, why they support this administration or why they support any administration, period, or why they think this system is good for the American people. But we would like to hear that. Like,
nah, people aren't bots because they're somebody gonna ask if someone disagrees with you, you saying that they're a bot. Nah, I'm saying that people. Hold on, let me tell them. I'm only saying that to people who just come in here and call us morons and retarded, but they don't have no reason or why they disagree with what we're saying. All they doing is name calling. That's a bot. We want people to disagree with us. We want to hear, but we want to hear something that's sound. We want real information. We want to hear some real information, not just that we're morons and idiots. We want to hear why do you disagree with us? Why do you think we're wrong? What are we saying that's wrong? What proof do you have? We want people on the panel to ask those questions. Like, we want people on the panel to answer some of these questions that we have. Why do you feel like it's not staged? Because most people think it's staged. Like I said, they think we're dumb, but we're not that dumb. I mean, a lot of us are dumb in this society, collectively. And I'm just talking generally. It's a lot of, But in 2026, the government corruption is so thick now that nobody can even deny it. And I'm seeing more people that's not denying it. People that I knew for years that used to be, everything the mainstream media says must be right. Their tune has changed. Their tune have changed. They're like, oh, all of them FSR corrupt. Everything is a scam. Like, people know now. Like, it's in the open. So for people to disagree with that, what argument do you have? What argument do you have against that? That's what the people want to know. What argument do you have?
Carrie Walters, come up. Do you want to come up or not? Not just type in the comment, you're spewing lies. All right, come up and tell the people why this channel is spewing lies. Do you want to touch the panel or not? Let us know. Like, we're not against people that want to disagree or have the opinion about things, or we don't, but we want to hear something sound. We want to hear why you think we're spewing lies. I want you to tell the people why we're wrong, and have something to back that. Don't just say it.
They say you because you're a moron. That's what they say. They say you spewing lies because you're a moron. That's basically what they say. That's their answer.
I mean, hey, if you don't have anything sound to say, then what's the point of even
besides insults? Besides insults, that's all y'all do. Like, you don't got no type of facts or anything, no information. You're not really giving any information. Insults are not information. Like, we asking, all right, you disagree with us. What are the topics? What are the issues that you disagree on? Oh, you guys are a moron and you're spreading lies. Well, what are the lies that we spreading? You're just a moron. Like, that's how y'all sound to us. And it's only a small percentage. Majority of the people know that this is staged and that our government is corrupt.
But do you have people out here that believe it? So I want to hear from the people that actually believe. Like, she don't even have nothing to really say. She just typing in the chat, saying anything. It creates collision. What creates collision? You're not being specific. Like, I hate people that talk around the issue and just spew and just say you're a liar, you're a moron, you're not educated, but you don't give any specifics. Like, it
Look, they all the same stuff.
Yeah, rather, yeah, we feel it. We feel it's a stage event. If you don't feel it staged, then you don't feel it staged. But Us and a lot of other people believe this was a stage event. And if it was real, listen, they going to use these situations to manipulate the people like they always do. That's why they sitting up there talking. Yeah, it was handled because we have the best leadership and you know, you know, we have the highest level of security, and they make it really look like they're doing something. So until then, I guess we're gonna continue because that person don't want to come up and challenge the the lie. You're saying we lying, then challenge it. Tell us why you think it's real.
I realize they start
change
to
the
disappear
fabric
when we
of our
say that. When we tell them to challenge it and come up, they disappear. You realize they slowly start dropping away. Every once
Right.
in a while, you'll see a moron up on there, or you guys are retards. But they say the same stuff. That's why I'm like, these have to be bots. Like, these really have to be bots. And I ain't even just talking about the human bots. I'm talking about AI bots too. Because it's like, why are you coming in here saying these certain things, and then as soon as we challenge you to something, you all of a sudden you just disappear.
life, change the course of what we do. So we held out. You were there. We held out right till the end, but they didn't want to take a chance, and I understand there was protocol. But we're going to be doing one hopefully within the next 30 days or sooner, and I am ready, willing, and able. And I was all set to really rip it. And I said to my people, this would be the most inappropriate speech ever made if I said one. So I'll have to save it. I don't know if I could ever be as rough as I was going to be tonight. I think I'm going to be probably.
Bryce Rodriguez, you want to come up and hit the stage? Tell us why you want to disagree. I see a lot of y'all that constantly typing in the chat that disagree. Then listen, we have an open panel for y'all that disagree.
All right, somebody said something. This Bryce Rodriguez, you need to come up here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Did you want to come up?
Now that's the arc. Now that's something that this makes sense. This is what we trying to tell y'all. This is how we want y'all to give us the information of how you disagree with us. Look, this person, y'all say the quality of cameras is too good and blah blah. Well, cameras are really good quality in 2026.
That's right.
Hell, some cameras on phones have better quality than a production camera.
That's true. And that's
true. That's something that we can go on. He didn't just go up there and say, "Well, you guys are morons and retarded," and I don't agree with y'all. Y'all spreading lies. This person actually says something that we can actually get some type of conversation going rather than just insults. They actually got something that we can actually go on.
And he said,
the camera quality.
Prove that it's staged. State the facts, not opinion and speculation. I like that. I like that.
I want this person to come up on a panel and show the bots of how to disagree intelligently instead of just throwing insults at people. And the thing is, I agree with what this person is saying, but he's forgetting the fact that in a situation like that, nobody's going to be holding a steady camera. I don't care how good the quality is. We're not just talking about the quality of the camera. We're talking about the type of shots that they're able to get, the angles, and how if bullets is flying over their head, or they think bullets are about to, they're not going to be getting a perfect camera angle. Those cameras are going to be shaky. They never shaky. They get the best angles, the best everything, the best audio. And it's like, damn, you would think that they knew that this was going to happen and they was in the right spots to get the right angles. It ain't just about the quality of the picture. It's about the quality of the angles that they able to get in such distress. They running in there with guns, the Secret Service and SWAT running there with guns and telling everybody to get down and all this, but they still able to get the perfect camera shots. And some of those, it was the professional camera crew in there. It wasn't just people on their phones. It was like a professional camera crew.
And they have those on deck.
A camera crew that's basically used to doing action films. Hell yeah. Somebody said, I like how y'all going about it open-minded. Yeah, we very open-minded on this channel. We don't cater to the left or the right. We want to cater to what makes sense and what's actually in the reality of what's going on. Like we're not closed. It's just that the people who disagree with us, they never have nothing intelligent to say. They just insults. Just you guys are morons. You guys are liars. They don't have nothing, no type of information to bounce back with besides an insult. And we just can't take people like that serious.
Yep, I agree.
We can't take
Red
people like
Mule.
that serious.
Best way to keep people best way to keep people mad at each other and separated. Yeah, that's how they conquer and divide. That's how they keep us conquered and divided. Yeah. Yep. That's how they keep us conquered and divided. Facts. All right, the chat moving fast. I can't even catch the comment. But yeah.
This Carrie, you need to come up here because Carrie, you got the biggest mouth. It ain't really saying much.
Right, it's the biggest mouth and ain't saying nothing.
You know what I mean? She got the biggest mouth but ain't nothing coming out of it. Just fingers moving. We want you to come up on the panel.
Your mouth caters to the left.
Our mouth caters to the left.
I mean, but that don't make us see. That's the thing. That's the brainwashing we be talking about.
Because she's still seeing left and right.
Yeah,
that's the problem. We're not looking at this from left and right. We're looking at it from totality. We're looking at the totality of it all. We're looking at left and right combined and see what the actual F is going on here. What's the corruption? You know what I mean? We're not sitting there saying, oh, yeah, the left is definitely more right than the right is, and the right is definitely more wrong than the left. We're not looking at shit like that.
Right.
We blowing the lid off of this. We don't care about no right. We only care about reality and truth.
That's it.
Reality and truth. I don't give a shit about no left or no right. I'm outside of all of that. Since we're outside of all of that, we're able to see things more clearly because we're not influenced by the left or the right. We don't give a shit about no left or the right. So we able to see the wickedness from both sides in totality.
I mean, when them Epstein files opened up, it was all types of corruption in there from both sides. I mean, that's just what it was. I mean, it's criminal activity going on from both sides, and we know this is two wings on the same plane, two wings on the same bird. There's no left and right when it comes to the criminal organization. Yeah, they might have their differences as far as certain things, but when it comes to them against the American people, they always going to side with each other because they got to help keep they got to keep stealing. They got to help the foreign interests keep stealing and keep extracting money from the country. We know that's what's really going on. It has nothing to do with Democrat, Republican when it comes to them. Only when it comes to us.
Right.
They have to keep us separated. They have to group us off, keep everyone separated and fighting amongst each other. Yeah, because while people in here coming there wanting to, fight with us, meanwhile they business continues. That doesn't really stop the organized crime from happening. I mean, we could disagree all day, but when it comes to them, it's business as usual. They're gonna continue the wars, they're gonna continue to mess with children and mess with people like Epstein. They're gonna continue to help corporations rob from the people. They're gonna continue to help banks rob from the people. They're gonna continue to let foreign interests come in and take us over. And that's what's happening. While the people fight amongst each other, they stealing all the money and running out the back door. Yeah, the Pentagon can get audited 7 to 8 times back to back with no oversight. They don't have to be transparent and show where all them trillions and trillions of dollars went. They just walk the money right out the back door. But hey, well, let's keep the people fighting amongst each other so we can continue to steal, y'all. Yay! We're stealing from the people while they fighting amongst them, tearing each other apart. we tearing each other apart while they stealing all the money out and running out the back door. This country, $40 trillion in debt, and the American people has to fit that bill. That's impossible to pay back. That's impossible to pay back. That debt is impossible to pay back. $40 trillion, and they're asking for way more money for the military fund to go in there and take over all these other countries and their resources. They literally took all that oil from Venezuela and gave it to Israel. America didn't get none of that oil. It didn't benefit the American people whatsoever. They gave it all to Israel.
It's not about benefiting the American people. The
Yeah,
American government is not there. The American government is not there to serve the American people like they supposed to. They all got their own agendas, and the government is so damn big. Sometimes they be going against each other. That's another thing.
Joe Moore, we never voted.
Our government is too damn
never
big.
voted a day in our fucking lives. We never voted a day in our lives and never will. Never will. So that's one thing we all can agree on, that they're stealing the money out the country. We know that. We know the money is being stolen and ran out the back door. What is really getting put in offshore accounts? That's what's really happening. We can agree that both sides support Israel. We can agree on that. I know we all can agree on that. That both sides, no matter if they Democrat or Republican in office, they all got to support Israel. We know that's a fact. We know the fact that the Pentagon was audited 7 times back to back. They done ran almost $100 trillion out the back door. It's like 860-something billion dollars. Gone, just vanished. Nobody knows where it's at. They can't track where that money went. They've been audited 7 times back to back, and they still don't know where that money went. It's like vanished, like voila, just vanished out of
corporations and these governments.
Almost $1 trillion gone.
These big corporations and these governments is the Nephilim.
Right. $1 trillion gone in the wind, and nobody know where it is.
These big corporations and these big governments is the Nephilim. The giants that consume the earth and consume their own kids.
Yeah.
That's literally the governments and the corporations. I know some people like to take that stuff literal and be like, oh, it was literal giants walking the planet. Well, the giants are still walking the planet in the form of big governments and big corporations. And they're consuming everybody and everything. They're consuming, they're killing the world, basically. They're killing the world, overconsumption. These corporations and these big governments, all that money that they spending on destruction, building things and tearing it down, just so they can keep making money off of it over and over and over again. You gotta think about it. They build these big structures, but then they pay for the weapons to basically burn these structures down. Because that's all war is. And then at the same time, the people are getting sacrificed. And this is all for the greed of the big corporations and the big governments, the Nephilim. All these big institutions, even the religious ones, the big religious organizations, the big government, big corporation, that's the Nephilim right there. They're basically destroying and consuming everything. And they basically turned human population into many Nephilim. Basically. Yeah, we're forced into this system, this Nephilim based system, where these big conglomerate, beast, because that's what you could compare him to the beast. You talking about people talking about the mark of the beast. The beast is all these big corporations and these big ass governments, and y'all bow down to them. Oh, if we talk against y'all beloved government, any of y'all beloved government idols that y'all worship, oh man, we are morons. We're retarded. We're this. No way we can speak out about your beloved politician or your beloved actor or beloved whoever you idolizing right now. And that's the trick right there. That's the biggest trick that's being pulled on everybody. The idol worshiping these strangers you don't even know. It basically you telling people, oh, your opinion don't even count if you don't vote for my idol. If you don't vote for my idol, then your opinion don't count.
Broadcast the spell.
That's a spell. Yeah, that's definitely deep witchcraft.
Yeah,
That's as deep as the magic.
Spell. Yeah, it's a million.
Yo, you talking about black magic and all this type? That's the real black magic right there. That's deep in the occult. These wicked individuals got y'all believe that they're one type of person, like basically based off their image that they try to protect so much, but really they be the polar opposite. These people be basically leeches, vampires, werewolves, anything from a fairy tale that's dark and deadly. But then they portray like they're, these upstanding citizens with, morals and integrity. That's how they all act like. But they're the complete opposite of that. And that's who y'all basically idolize. Y'all idolize these demons, these Epstein demons.
All right.
I mean, they basically exposed. They've been exposed. Their activities have been exposed. We know what they do now. They bragged about it in the files and emails back and forth to each other about hot dogs and pizza and all this shit that they was talking about.
Oh yeah, them Epstein files.
They bragged about this stuff. They bragged about all the stuff that they did and they showed us who they really are. And y'all still idolizing them?
Hey, they emails were kinky as hell. And dark. Them emails was dark as shit. And that's the ones that they allowed us to see, not the ones that they kept the files, the ones they kept hidden, the ones that protecting these very monsters that's in place. Yeah, because they protected a lot of the monsters. They let a lot of the monsters' names in it, and nothing really happened to them. You seen Bill Gates in there, Bill Clinton, Trump in there. You seen, the Lex Wexners, these Hillary Clintons in there. You seen all these individuals in the Epstein. All they did was a deposition. Yeah, how did you know Epstein, and how did you get to meet Ghislaine Maxwell, and did you ever date an underage girl? Or it's just stupid shit.
Right.
Like, why ain't these motherfuckers in handcuffs? Y'all got the evidence. Why ain't no investigations being launched? That's because nobody's gonna go to jail behind this shit. They allowed you to see behind the curtain, but nothing's gonna happen to the wizard.
Yeah, that's what Donald Trump role is, to be the wizard.
Nothing gonna happen to the wizard.
That's Donald Trump's role. Donald Trump's role right now is to be the wizard. When Biden was in office, he was supposed to be the wizard. When Obama was in office, he was the wizard. These guys are practicing some very dark magic on the public. And the fact is, we don't realize how dark it is because we were all born into it. Like this idolizing these celebrities and idolizing these politicians and stuff, like that's some of the deepest, darkest magic that can be performed on Earth. I don't think y'all understand like how when you attach your energy to these people. Like that's the real witchcraft right there. That's the real spell. They got you under a spell when you idolize them so much. That's a spell. Like, and those of us that spell don't work on, we looking at y'all like, damn, when y'all gonna snap out of this shit? Those people don't care about you.
It ain't meant for them to snap out of it. If that's when they able to broadcast into our homes, that's when the spells begin. That's why it's called broadcast. Broadcast spells into our home. Millions of people, they able to broadcast to millions of people at one time. And that's when the brainwashing began. The programming began. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Right.
They programming the shit out of the people when the idiot boxes was created. It was radio at first because they was able to broadcast while radio, but things works much better when images, when images, they able to broadcast images. Now that's going into your subconscious. And that's how they operate. I mean, Hollywood is based off the Holly tree, casting the spell.
That's black magic.
The wizardry. That's what Hollywood is based off of. Yeah. Wizardry, the holy staff, they call it, the magic wand. Yeah. That's why they call it Hollywood. It's based off the holly tree.
But the person that's placed under the spell, they don't realize that they're under the spell. That's why they get so aggressive and start insulting you and everything, because they don't realize that they're under. That's a spirit that's inside of them that's making them do that.
Yeah.
They don't realize it though. Like, these people are really under a spell and don't realize it. When you start insulting people over a politician or a celebrity that you don't even know, you start, like, just think about how crazy some of those celebrities' fans are. Like the Beehive and the Barbs and all them, like, are these big celebrities. I don't know what Taylor Swift fan base is called, and then you got Eminem. Like, you gotta think about how crazy they are, and like that idol worshiping is that's a very deep, dark, black magic right there. The idol worship and the celebrity worship and the politician worship, just worshiping these people, thinking that they're going to save your life, thinking that they're going to save the world. Like, you got people, they so hung up on their politician that they honestly in their heart believe that their politician is going to save the world.
I mean, that's the thing about it. If you're using the broadcast, these broadcasting, I mean, you could do a lot with that. Like, that's what you could dump a whole bunch of money into campaigns, trump these people up, no pun intended, to be superstars. Beyond what they even about. Like, listen, this is what we want this person to be. This is what we want them to represent. This is what we want their image to be. And they package them up and they broadcast them to millions and millions of people at one time. Now the internet is able to reach, hundreds and hundreds of millions at one time. So the internet came along, social media, and made it even more, more crucial. Everything is by, hashtag this or algorithm. The algorithm is able to control the narrative. Like even with this event that happened right now, see everyone talking about it. That's energy harvesting. That's what they practice in energy harvesting. That's what they do. So this algorithm system that's set up is all about energy harvesting. They want to encapsulate our energy. Like Kanye said, they want to traumatize and monetize. So the internet, social media came along and made the spell 10 times worse. Yeah. But what do we know? We don't know nothing, y'all. That's just all, we don't know anything.
Well, that's why it's called the World Wide Web, because it captures you in the web like a spider. It spins you for a loop inside the web, and then it sucks your blood, it drains your energy. This is how they
Black Widow.
This is how they build the metaphysics. That's how they build the metaphysics.
Black Widow.
That's how they build the metaphysics behind how they create their rituals. Mm-hmm. They got to create their rituals through stuff that appears in nature. So that's how they do it. So they create the world.
Let me pull up.
Hold on, no. Let me finish this.
Go ahead. No, finish the point. Go ahead.
Yeah, they create things, their rituals based off of things in nature. So they created the World Wide Web based off the metaphysics of how a spider operates. When it weaves a web, and then it basically sends off pheromones to the bugs, and the bugs basically is attracted to the pheromones of the web, and it goes into the web and sticks onto the web, and then the spider comes and spinning around in the web, and then sucks its energy out. That's how they do it with that's the whole internet. That's how the internet works. That's how social media works. Social media, it creates the web of videos. You get spun, into the video basically, and you're basically attached to it, and you're stuck in social media mindset or the web mindset, and the next thing you know, your energy gets harvested. And that's how every market is set up the same way, because they're blood suckers. That's so of course they will use something that basically sucks your blood or extract energy from you. They would use that in the metaphysics of how they set up their rituals. And that's how they do their rituals. And this is obviously one that they created to do that, like exactly what you said, energy harvesting. That's what it's about at the end of the day, energy harvesting. And that's what everything on planet Earth is about. Even when we eat food and hunt food or something, we're energy harvesting. And that's what they do. And these people do it in the most wickedest way. That's how they're able to tap in so much and be able to repeat the rituals over and over again, because they only following, how nature does it. Same thing with the colonizers. And the ones who you call the colonizers, they use the rituals of the ant or bee. Either the ant or the bee. And the colonizers, they literally set their shit up like how ants invade homes and bees invade environments. They literally set it up like that. That's how they do their rituals. That's how they get them set in stone like that, and they that's how they able to tap in the way that they tap in. And they use it now. You could use this same method for something good. Like you could use that same idea of tapping into things like that and create your own rituals and do good with it. But these people do that, and they choose to do bad with it. They using it to control people. They using it to basically manipulate society. They not doing it to uplift or build anybody or anything. So they do these rituals in front of our face, and then like you said, like you mentioned about MAGA. What do MAGA really mean? You pulled that up already?
Nah. I was
about what MAGA really mean. MAGA is literally a demon. If you look up MAGA deity, you will see that MAGA deity is literally a demon. He got y'all running around saying MAGA, 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 MAGA. And that's literally a demon that he's summoning. All y'all gotta do is go into your search browsers right now and type in MAGA deity, and you'll see.
Yep.
The
So
MAGA
MAGA
deity
refers to a minor Egyptian crocodile demon deity, often described as the son of Set, sometimes linked to the protection against the Nile crocodile. It's not a major deity, but rather a demon deity in ancient Egypt demonology, which characteristics as fluctuated over time. Says the mythical role. MAGA is a crocodile deity associated with the god Set. In foreign aspect, he is considered part of the demonology in ancient Egypt, representing the liminal fluid entity rather than a major entity. He says, distinct from the Egyptian deity Magu, refers to the Chinese hemp maiden goddess, rejuvenation in modern non-mythological context. MAGA is sometimes analyzed as the new civil political religion or nightmare cult. Well, that's what they consider MAGA now. But yeah, MAGA is the Egyptian deity, the crocodile. If y'all ever seen that Egyptian deity with the crocodile head, That's what MAGA is. Yep. Soap, and he's also known as Sobek too. Sobek. Yeah, Sobek. So if you ever see Sobek, he's holding a staff with the ankh in his hand. He got the crocodile head with the little two pillars on the top of his head. Yeah.
He got them out there demon worshiping.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
He got y'all out there worshiping demons and you don't even realize it.
That's that's how they able to, make, get people to, follow along with it. That's how they able to get people to follow
And
along
MAGA is
with
supposed to be conservative Christian, right? And MAGA is supposed to be that. Look at the trick there. Look at the demon trick there. MAGA is supposed to be conservative Christian, but he got them worshiping a demon.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's wild right there. How's that our opinion? There you go, Carrie. Carrie, you need to come up on this panel. How's that our opinion? How's that our opinion that MAGA? That's a fact that MAGA is a demon deity.
I'm pretty sure she got Google.
That's a fact.
Right up. Don't be ignorant your whole life.
He got you summoning a demon. I don't think you get it. I guess if you're under possession,
yeah,
because you're dealing with black forces, and you don't realize it's being done to you. But they are literally got you worshiping the demon. Like that's why you believe everything they say, because you're literally under possession.
Yeah, but it says MAGA is the lesser known crocodile-headed deity in Egyptian mythology, often described as the son of the chaos god Set, and a foreign goddess Anat, and I guess that's Astarte. It says MAGA is primarily a demon deity associated with protection, serving as a minor crocodile deity linked to Sobek, representing the fluidity and the liminal entities. Prestige. It says identify as the son of Set, the god of the storms and disorder. All right, said that the role of MAGA acts as a protective crocodile-headed deity, sometimes categorized within Egyptian demonology, linked to the broader crocodile god Sobek, representing a similar chaotic yet sometimes protective liminal forces. Mentioned in the studies regarding Egyptian demonology, particularly the demon deity MAGA, geographical variations and chronological transformations in ancient Egypt demonology. This deity should not be confused with Set, who is the major Egyptian deity of the chaos in modern political terminology. Yeah, so MAGA represents the crocodile deity. Yeah, so y'all can look that shit up yourselves. Y'all got Google. Y'all can look that shit up yourselves. They all worship. They all into sacrificing to Baal and Molech and all these different deities. That's what they be practicing. It's like part of the ritual that they gotta do to maintain their position in society. To be a billionaire or a trillionaire, you got to make some type of blood sacrifices to even get in that position or maintain that position. Yeah, because you just don't be a billionaire out of nowhere. I mean, there's sacrifice that has to be made for you to be even, worth billions of dollars. That's taken from other people so you could become that. So if you say I'm aware of those rituals and how they work, then then you should know what we're talking about. This shouldn't be like foreign language to you. It should be some familiar.
They it's still a lot of people who's under that spell, and they just gonna be in denial. Like they never see the wickedness of their idol in the party that they idol basically represent. They really never see anything bad. Like they can blow up elementary schools, kidnap people and human traffic. They can do all that stuff, and they still make a reason why it was justified. Like you gotta understand, some people are under a spell that much. They are under a spell that much, and that's the creepy thing about all of this. And then you tell them like, "Yo, you're under a spell. He got you worshiping a demon." That MAGA don't really mean make America great again. That's the trick right there. He know MAGA is a demon that he identified with. We just trying to let you know, and he's actually running a game on you. He's running the rituals. He's doing it to you. He's doing it. Pause. He's doing it to you.
Pause.
He is.
It's a pause.
He's doing it to you. All of the merch you wearing, the merch you getting that. You just getting that energy all up in you. You wearing the hat. You going to the parades. You got the signs on your lawn. All that shit, and then you don't realize that's a demon, y'all. This is not an opinion. This is not an opinion. Like, it's fact that MAGA is a demon that they worship. It's crazy, man. Just like you were saying earlier, JR, just like Moloch and Baal.
They worship Baal, Moloch, the owl. Like the Bohemian Grove, they sacrifice that big owl that's in the woods called Moloch. And then they worship the bull-headed statue Baal, the Baphomet and all that. But we know the Baphomet is more so represents the femininity and the masculine energy. That's what that represents, the both, the masculine and feminine energy. That's what the whole Baphomet thing represents. But that's what they do.
And MAGA, y'all supposed to be, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because MAGA, y'all supposed to be conservative Christian, but he got y'all worshiping a demon. Like, you're being deceived. That's what's happening. You're being deceived.
Hey, that's for y'all to break the spells. It ain't for us to ain't shit we can do, but just give the information up. What you choose to do with it is what you choose to do with it. Yeah, whatever you choose. That's why I always hit him with the old head real quick. Let me hit him with the old head for the one time. Let me hit him with old head for the one time.
That's because you don't have the information.
Okay.
Huh? Just public. All you got to do is go look it up. Huh? Okay. I didn't come here to find out what you think.
No, I'm just asking.
No, you didn't. You say you thought. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
So, well, I don't want to hear what you thought. Mm-hmm. I saw the check, nigga. Huh? Mm-hmm. So I got to sit in what you thought. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Huh? That's all I'm saying.
All right.
In the words of the brother Dick Gregory, huh? Don't care what you think. It's all public. All you gotta do is look it up.
That's all you gotta do is look it up.
Look it up.
The information is there. He got y'all worshiping the demon. And you know what the argument is? That MAGA don't mean a demon. MAGA is make America great again. Shows how much you know. That's what they say.
So say, how much are they paying you, these two? Who paying who? Austin Powers TV. You want to hit the link? Come up and say who's paying us? We pay ourselves. We all about do for stuff.
He said it sounds like a fearmonger. So when Trump say that Iran is going to nuke us, that's not fearmongering. When Iran, it haven't even been found that Iran have any nukes. They haven't found no nukes in Iran. But Trump goes on there every other day saying Iran, we got to keep America safe because Iran, it might nuke us. That's not fear mongering. That's fear mongering.
Yeah. I mean, the media specializes. Yeah, the media, the mainstream media is the biggest propaganda fear mongering machine you could ever, because they have the power to broadcast into, hundreds of millions of homes. We don't have that reach where we can reach hundreds of millions of people at one time. No, the mainstream media have the big bucks to use the propaganda machine to turn out our lights. Like that's their specialty. So we don't have that type of reach, but the mainstream media they have the power to actually broadcast and put you in a trance and put you in a spell. We here trying to break the spell. We trying to break y'all out of the spell. We like Morpheus in the Matrix. We trying to wake people up. We trying to get people to wake up out of the Matrix. We on the Nebuchadnezzar right now. Trying to wake people up. You know what I'm saying? My Matrix background that. We on the Nebuchadnezzar. We trying to wake y'all up. Trying to break y'all out of the spell. Trying to deprogram y'all. But like you said, like Morpheus said, it's dangerous to wake a person up at the adult stage. That's dangerous. They can end up killing you for trying to wake them up at the adult stage. Yeah. 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 It's dangerous to wake a slave up.
It's a done deal out here. Everybody who knows what's up already knows what's up, and everybody who's going to stay blinded and sleep, they're going to be blind and sleep. They're gonna be blind and sleep. Like it is what it is.
Right.
I think the line have already been drawn in the sand. That's why everything's out in the open. Like this is our final stand. This is like Armageddon. This is our final stand right here.
Trump is not Neo. He's Agent Smith.
It's all being laid on the line.
He is not. He is not there to wake you up. He's there actually to keep you asleep. Anybody that still represents that system is there to keep you. He is not the one. He is not Neo. Trump is not the damn Neo. Y'all crazy for that. He is not trying to free y'all up. Y'all tripping.
They want to know who Neo is. Your soul is Neo. Your soul is supposed to be Neo. People saying Trump rules. Trump rules. They love MAGA tards. Man, if y'all haven't already, man, make sure you like and share this video.
Y'all can't hear the video?
Nah, there's no nope.
Dang.
Nope, didn't even know you was playing it, bro.
Dang. That's crazy. I'm playing the video and shit, but I guess I'll switch over to this one real quick. Where's it at? Hold on. It's the more question he was asking him. This one is more close up.
You think this keeps happening to you?
Well,
let me play that back. All right, hold on.
Do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this where they got them, but the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people. Just take a look at the names there, big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but I've done a lot. We've done a lot. We've taken this country, and we were a laughing stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We've changed this country, and there are a lot of people that are not happy about that.
Why?
Bro, you're not compared to no goddamn JFK or Abraham Lincoln and none of that shit. Ain't nothing you did different that bucked against the system. Those people were assassinated because they went against the system, that the very system that you out here running around supporting. JFK didn't get assassinated because he was going along with the shit. He got assassinated because he was going against the shit. Like, what we talking about? Man, you ain't JFK, bro. Trump ain't nowhere near no damn JFK. He wasn't saying no to Israel. He wasn't saying no, we don't want to go to Vietnam. He wasn't saying no to the Federal Reserve. He don't want to put the country back on the gold standard. This guy ain't going against the banks. He's not going against the Federal Reserve. He's not going against the private banking, the corporate. JFK went against all of that shit. That's why him and his brother ended up dead. Trump is not doing that. He's doing the total opposite. He's going along with the shit. He's helping them steal money out the country. He talking about, yeah, you get assassinated because, you know, that's what happens to those who, bro, you're not JFK, bro. You're not Abraham
Yeah, like
Lincoln,
his
bro.
tariffs and his war with Iran. He think his tariffs and his war with Iran is bucking against the system, of going against the system, to the system assassinate him. Yeah, right. That don't even make no damn sense.
Right.
He's comparing himself to Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Why does he keep comparing himself to Abraham Lincoln? He's nothing like Abraham Lincoln. His presidency don't mirror Abraham Lincoln's at all.
Damn sure don't.
He's not Abraham Lincoln. I don't even understand why he keeps saying that.
Why do you think
him supporting Israel, still sending hundreds of millions over to Israel and assistance over to Israel to fight the Iranians, and his tariffs that basically cost Americans money because the former, basically the power structure is us just getting cheap goods from China to exist. So he slapped the tariffs on everything, and the Chinese has just slapped the extra price tag on us that we have to pay for the tariffs. And he claimed that it made the country a whole lot of money. No, it made you a whole lot of money. You and your cronies made a whole bunch of money off those tariffs. Same thing with the inside trading that he was doing. Like, what did he do to where he could say that he's Abraham Lincoln? And then he's all over the Epstein files. And he covered that up. So what is he talking about? That shit don't even make any sense. He ain't doing nothing against the system. Actually, he's revealing himself as one of the architects of this corrupt system. He's a blatant con man. That's why, and just like Congress, that's why con is at the beginning of Gress, because it's a Congress. Right. It's all cons. Like, they just running a big ass con on us all.
That's a good point. Congress.
Let the cons progress. Let the cons progress. Let's just call it for what it is. They're con men. And it don't matter who you voted for. I don't care if it's Obama in there, Kamala in there, Trump in there, Bush in there, Reagan in there, Carter in there. I don't give a fuck who's in there. Bush Jr., George W. I don't care who's in there. They're all con men.
I mean, for them, I mean, if y'all want to disagree, that's fine. But at the end of the day, they still gonna put chemicals in your food products. FDA still gonna approve chemicals to be in your food. They're gonna continue to spray the air with chemtrails. They're gonna continue to put chemicals in your products that you use on your body, like your soaps and they still gonna put fluoride in the water system. Like, yeah, but your government cares about you, yes.
And they still gonna steal your money. They gonna quadruple tax you on every single thing. You're paying 4 or 5 different types of taxes on one thing. They're gonna continue to do that, and they're gonna continue to run off with your 401ks, and they're gonna continue to run off with your life savings and everything.
Somebody say you're a fool. Yeah, we're a fool, but I bet you your products in your cabinet, the FDA approved those chemicals that's in your food. The lab grown meats, they still approve lab grown meats for us to, consume. Yeah, but your government cares about you, but they'll let you consume some chemical based products that's probably gonna get you cancer in 2 or 3 years, or get you diabetes or heart congestion failure, or give you some type of disease in your body. Yeah, but they care about you, yes. Yeah. Yeah. It ain't funny now, is it? When they proving them chemicals, your children's eating those chemicals. Yeah, it ain't funny now, huh? See, we ain't the enemy. The enemy is our very own government that's allowing our products to be poisoned, allowing our water supply and our air to be poisoned. That's not a government that love you. A government that love you don't want to see their citizens sick.
Don't forget, these are Agent Smiths. You can't forget though, these are Agent Smiths.
Right.
So they don't care. Like these are Agent Smith. They don't care that we making sense. We're attacking a beloved matrix. We attacking a beloved matrix. Even though we're making sense.
Let me put their homeboy back up there. There you go. Let me take this down. Let's see more. There you go.
Why do you think they've been able to run the scam so long? Because they had people fooled for a long time. But the thing is, the way information is moving, people are starting to wake up to it. People are starting to be aware of all the cons and all the scams that these big governments and these big corporations been running on us.
All right.
We starting to wake up to it. We're starting to see how everything is a scam, and they can't even hide this shit no more.
They hate this video. Why do you use fake? Yeah, they hate this. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
They can't fathom the fact that their favorite idol or favorite politician or celebrity, they can't fathom the fact that they're wicked. Like, oh no, not my so and so. And you could just place whoever you want there. Whatever idol they worshiping, you could place there. Not my Trump, not my Biden, not my. I'm just throwing names out there now. Like it's like no way the person that I idolize can be crooked and corrupt. And it's like to have that mindset, you have to, and they be the main tell people you're not open-minded. You're not open-minded. You don't think for 1 second that person you idol, that you don't know personally, but you will fight tooth and nail for them and their cause, and not even realize that these people are just paid actors, puppets, and some of them are the most vile individuals you can ever come across. You can't accept that then it's something you're mentally ill. If you can't accept that, I'm sorry, and I feel for you. Yeah, I know majority of people. I know majority of people know that this event was staged, right? Majority, yeah. I mean, majority of people know. You might have some people that's in denial, but they know deep down inside like something is off about this. But their emotions and them being biased and all that, they ignore it on the surface, but deep down inside somewhere, they know for sure that this shit was staged. It's crazy. Is it me or the MAGA tards aggressive than the libtards? What you think? MAGA tards has been really, really aggressive.
I mean, they only aggressive because their beloved president is in office now and losing a lot of credibility, and his approval rate dropped tremendously. He lost all his top MAGA supporters. I mean, he didn't really lose them. He pretty much just like disowned them. He stabbed them in the back, right? So he went after Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, few other top MAGA supporters. He stabbed
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk. Yeah, well, they moved Charlie Kirk completely out the way. Stabbed his own VP Pence in the back, to the point Pence don't even like him like that no more. Pence don't rock with Trump at all. He stabbed Pence 100% in the back. And people just realize that he's just there to support Israel.
He stabbed Epstein in the back too, because Epstein was his homie. Anybody and Kanye. He stabbed Kanye in the back. He stabbed all of them in the back.
Yeah, and the thing is, because he didn't make promise on the Epstein.
Elon Musk, my bad. He stabbed Elon Musk in the back too. Don't forget Elon Musk and Trump. Elon was a big supporter of Trump, so don't forget about that.
It's just the fact that, I mean, he didn't make good on his promises. Like any politician don't. They never make good on their promises. It's always the great old bait and switch. Like, I'm gonna bait you in with this, but then I'm gonna switch you. And I just think they get baited and switched on it too. Like, yeah, you can go out there and campaign on this, but once they sit their ass in that seat, in that Oval Office seat, and they handed all them files, listen, this is what we need you to do. Because the president really don't have no say so over the people that really run this shit. We talking about the old banking families and the monarchs over there in England and Vatican and all these different people that's on higher up on the pyramid than they are. They got to take orders. So a lot of the presidents has to take orders. He can't act on his own. He can't do shit. He can't create no new policies. He had to enforce the policies that's already there. That's already, putting his face and put on his desk. He can't do anything outside of that. Because we know what happens when you start acting outside of that. What happens, y'all? What happens when the president start acting outside of the script? What happens to him, y'all? Let the congregation go ahead and type it in the chat. Go ahead, y'all. Type it in the chat. What happens to a president if he disobey orders? Go ahead, y'all can type it. Y'all know what happens. I'm pretty sure y'all know history.
What, pew pew?
Y'all know what happens.
Pew pew?
Yeah.
Those two words, pew pew.
Yeah,
one in the chest and one in the head. Pew pew. One in the chest and one in the head. Pew pew.
Yeah, the MAGA supporters being here heavy. They don't want to say it. Yep, somebody said it. Boom. Yep. You know what happened. Yep. So he's really not Yeah, so he's not really going against the very people that put him in position. That's never going to happen. Because if he was, he would already been pewed already. Y'all know that. Y'all didn't see what happened to JFK. Y'all seen what happened to all the people that got assassinated that bucked against the system. Y'all know
against
they
the
was
system, you get
yeah.
wet. You
Y'all
get
know,
out
y'all
of the
know
line,
that.
you get wet. You
And
get out of the line, you get wet.
Biden was just he just ain't have his mind there to do anything. He was just an old shell there just to sit there in place. He like the old lady was in The Exorcist when Damien be taking over the old people body and shit. Biden just ain't have his mind. He didn't have no mind or nothing. He was just like, I don't know what the hell he was, robotic or possessed, or I don't know what the hell. What the hell was Joe Biden, y'all? He was up there like he had got hit with, like he got a lobotomy or something. He just wasn't. His mind just wasn't there. Biden couldn't run this goddamn country if his life depended on it. That man's mind was gone. He tripping all over shit, falling all off the bike and tripping up the stairs and tripping on the beach, falling all over the place like dementia. He was in it, man. I don't know what that was like. Elder abuse. That was elderly abuse. What they did up there. They let a man that didn't have his mind run a country. That's elder abuse, man. If you vote for Trump, then you ain't black. That's what he said. He said if you vote for Trump, then you ain't black. That's what he told black people to their face. You vote for Trump, then you ain't black. Bro, we on our own team. We don't represent none of that shit. We don't give a fuck about no Democrat, Republican. We represent ourselves. We don't represent none of that shit. We ain't part of no gang. We ain't part of no political party. We ain't part of none of that shit. No organizations, none of that shit. It's just us. None of that shit. We don't represent none of that shit. None of it. We don't give a shit about who y'all represent. Y'all the ones caught up in this political system bullshit. We don't represent none of that shit. We can care less about it. We can care less about it. They all criminals to us. They all up there robbing the people blind. They all up there messing with children, and they all up there as pedos and sex trafficking and drug dealers and murderers. They all part of that. We don't represent none of that shit. So don't lump us. Don't try to project y'all political parties on us. Don't project
It's
that
a
shit
done
on
deal
us.
out here.
Don't project it on us. We don't represent none of that shit.
It's a done deal out here. The corruption is way too high, and there's still too many naive people out here. It's finished. It's finished.
Oh, somebody y'all on the wrong team. No, the hell we not. We on our team. We on our own damn team.
Hold on, what team? What's the team? What's the team? What team? There's a team. I don't.
I
We're
guess
not. I'm
so.
not playing game, so I ain't part of no team. I'm not playing no game. I'm not in no games, so I'm not about. Nope, I'm not playing a game right now. So what team? So I don't know about no teams.
Right. Somebody came in with some sense, said you right. Not much difference between two parties. I mean, it's Coke and Pepsi. They both use high fructose corn syrup. They both gonna give you diabetes at the end of the day. They both chemical. Chemical drinks.
Bro, high fructose corn syrup and caramel color, ascorbic acid, and red 40 or some shit like that. Something to that effect. No, not red 40, not in the Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah,
But
cancer, diabetes, cancer. Yeah. I mean, yeah, both And they got a right. They got a nerve to be red and blue. Pepsi being blue and Coca-Cola being red. That's the mind games that be playing with y'all. Hey man, keep falling for it. But make sure y'all double tap the screen, like this video, subscribe to this channel if you want to continue to get woken up by the truth. This channel is not for people that still, following along with the bullshit. This is not the channel for you. If you want to stay
Real
asleep,
deal.
if you want to continue to stay asleep and sleep in the matrix and be safe and think the government's going to take care of you and and you don't have to do nothing but just pray to God and hope the government takes care of you, then this is definitely not the channel for you. This channel is for people that want to get away from the dumb shit, that want to do their own thing, that want to be, self-sufficient as much as possible. And they're just not going along with everything that's being put out in the mainstream media. This ain't the
Somebody
channel
said
for
the
you.
executive branch. Somebody said the executive branch been infiltrated. All the branches been infiltrated.
The whole country's been infiltrated.
The executive, the judicial branch, and the legislative branch. All of them been infiltrated. The whole entire government is now rogue. We can't trust anything they say. And I seen somebody here. I seen people in here trying to act the FBI and all that. I'm like, what are you doing? They welcome to come to our stream and hear the truth. They know they corrupt. How corrupted the government is. They part of it. And if they don't see their own corruption and they just blind to their own corruption, just like a person is blind to their own stink. You don't never smell yourself. Everybody, but you don't smell yourself. It's the same deal. It's the corruption is just too much. It's overwhelming now. It's overwhelming. They covering up too much shit. They staging stuff. They covering up stuff. Just more information is coming out about how corrupt they are as far as attached to this Epstein business and this war that they doing in Iran and all this shit that's going on right now is just proving how corrupt they are.
Yep. Yeah, they really trying to take the focus off the Epstein shit, bro. They want to cover that up as much as possible. They do. They want to get they want the Epstein shit to go away. They don't want people to keep asking about the Epstein files.
Somebody said, remember when Biden weaponized the Justice Department? Yup, I remember. I remember he weaponized the government against social media, like the social media platforms too. Was basically forcing little Mark Zuckerberg and all them to stop people from COVID and all of that. Even if it's the truth. Yeah, we seen him. He said he was getting bullied by the government, by Biden administration. But now you got some people that's being bullied by the Trump administration because they all garbage. They all bully. Every last one of them bully. They all criminals. They all commit treason, high treason. Every last one of them. Yes, Biden did weaponize the Justice Department. Yeah, they all play dirty like that. They all play dirty. So yeah, we don't give a shit. We open-minded on this channel. We realize that it's crimes coming from the left and right. So both of y'all be right. Both sides be right when they be saying, Biden did this, Trump did that, Bush did that, this, Obama did that. We agree with y'all. They did do it all. They did it all. They did.
Right. They did it all.
That's why we say there's no for. Yeah, they did. We agree with y'all. Yeah. We agree with you, Republicans. Obama and Hillary and them, yeah, they ain't shit. They are criminals, criminal or not. Yeah, we agree with you, Democrats. Trump and them are criminals. We agree with you. There is no more lesser evil anymore. It ain't. No one to vote for. None of the above. Who you gonna vote for? None of the above. What you need to do is govern your own household first, and then govern your own communities. That's how you gotta actually go out and do something if you want things to change. And when I say go out and do something, I'm saying do something for you that'll help you elevate. Because when you elevate individually, that automatically elevates stuff around you in the community and eventually the world. So it all starts with the inside of you. It don't start with no who you are. That don't even make no damn sense. They not going to do nothing for you.
Fact.
They are not going to do nothing for you.
Fact.
You have to do it for you. And if you don't believe in that, then you just believe in being completely helpless and then waiting for a politician to come save you. That's the worst type of mindset to ever have. That's the worst type of mindset to ever have.
Fact.
Don't matter who's in office, you still got to take care of business. You still got to make sure that you are all right and your family's all right at the end of the day. No politician is going to do that for you. No politician does that for anybody, nor do they make that eat. Actually, they make it difficult. Politicians, left, right, make it more difficult for you to be able to take care of yourself and your community and your family.
Right. They want you dependent 100% on the government, right?
Yeah.
Corporations, right? They don't want you to be self-sufficient. That's why they trying to knock the farms out. They trying to get rid of the natural farming and put data centers there. Yeah, they don't want natural farming anymore. They said, let's get rid of the
3D print the food.
Yeah, so let's 3D print the food, laboratory grown meats, fruits and vegetables. Let's get rid of the farms. Let's build data centers so we can continue to surveil the people. Yeah, that's what our government wants for us. They want to continue to put chemicals in the food, allow the FDA and the EPA and the rest of those folks to allow chemicals to be put in the food, processed. Yeah, but that's the government that cares about you, though. Like we said, yeah, that's you. Hey, if you like it, we love it. How about that? If y'all like it, we love it. Yeah. Somebody said these videos, yeah, they meant to be cringe. 'Cause that's the shit these people are into. We only showing there's only a representation of what these people really into, but y'all don't see it. Yeah, this shit's is cringe, bro. That's the hard truth. Might be AI videos, but that's the shit they into.
That staged event was cringe.
Yeah, that staged event.
That shit, right. Yeah, that staged correspondent dinner at the White House. That shit was staged.
That shit was cringe. Yeah. But hey, y'all like it, we love it.
All that shit is cringe, y'all. Them B-list actors, crisis actors that came out for the correspondent dinner, that shit was cringe.
Right.
When Trump raised his hand up after he so-called got shot, and it could be potential other shooters out there, and he basically moved Secret Service to the side so he could put his hands up in the air and waved his fist in the air, that was cringe. It wasn't shit more cringe than that. That was the most cringe shit I've ever seen. He gets shot in the air and freaking Secret Service is trying to rush him off stage. He pushes them out of the way so he can put his fist in the air. Is that not cringe? I thought that, like, what's more cringe than that? Was that shit cringe? Do y'all think that was cringe? Or y'all think he was a hero for doing that, huh? He was a hero. He was a hero with his fist in the air, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I just don't trust nothing coming from this government or mainstream. I don't trust none of that shit. We just don't. I don't trust it.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's a done deal, y'all. Man, like and share this video. Subscribe if y'all haven't already. And if y'all want to support, this is sponsored by nightandayherbals.com. We have our own herbal shop. You can shop with us. We got natural products, hair care products, skin care products. We got natural CBD grown on a small Amish farm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Very good, high quality. We don't use any type of synthetic pesticides or anything like that in our products. Everything is grown naturally. So if you come to our website, you will see everything is high quality. We might not have some stuff in stock because we don't mass produce. A lot of this stuff is handcrafted, and we work with other entrepreneurs who do the same thing. So some of their products are on our shop, and that's basically how we network with other entrepreneurs. Because we actually trying to, become self-sustainable away from this capitalistic, crony capitalistic system that we attach to, that attached itself to us. So we try to sponsor our own stuff and other people from the community who's also entrepreneurs, and we try to put that stuff in the forefront rather than it shit from the big corporations. So this is us doing our part. nightandayherbals.com. We've been at it for 7 years now. We 5 stars on Google. Y'all can search us up on there, Night and Day Network LLC, and you'll see all of our information pop up. You'll see our website pop up. You'll see that we're 5 stars. You'll see all of our social medias. So yeah, that's Night and Day Network LLC. As you can see, we have multiple things on our herbal shop, nightandayherbals.com. But you can also get to the shop with the QR code that's on the screen. If you're watching from a TV or something like that, you can take your phone out and scan the QR code, and it'll take you directly to the website. You can sign up to the email list. We do discounts all the time. If it's time coming to the website, you can actually you can subscribe, and you'll get a percentage off of your first order. So yeah, make sure y'all check us out there. That's what keeps us running, Yeah, man, we definitely appreciate all the support. All of y'all who've been shopping with us, you should be getting your packages next week. I know a lot of y'all already got y'all packages. Yeah, man, we definitely want to thank y'all.
And on that note, guess anything else?
Nope.
On that note, you're out of here. Catch y'all on the next stream. Until then, stay blessed.
I'm not even gonna lie. The joint pain I deal with every day will slow me all the way down. But ever since I started using this right here, Night and Day Pain Relief Balm, everything changed. And within minutes, I feel the difference. Like real relief. Now I can clean my whole house without even thinking about the pain. As a nurse, I'm on my feet all day. And this right here helps me get through my entire shift. I can actually enjoy time with my kids now. Go outside, be active, without hurting the whole time. It feels good to just live again. Honestly, if it wasn't for Night and Day Pain Relief Balm, I don't think I'd have the quality of life I have right now.
Discomfort slows you down? Reach for natural relief. Night and Day Hemp's extra strength CBD pain relief balm melts into aching muscles, delivering warmth you can feel. Soothe your body naturally. Feel free to move again. Night and Day Hemp Balm melts away tension so you can enjoy every moment. Feel the difference fast. Real relief, real results. Order now at Night and Day Herbals.